Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Regional Radio Sports Network. We're broadcasting live and in living color from the Gates Gymnasium on the campus of Bethel College in Mishawaka, Indiana, the White Camp Athletic Center. Thanks for joining us here on Regional Radio Sports. I'm Paul Condry along with Pat Doherty, Brad Brinkley taking care of all the business, Tanya Condry on stats. We're glad that you can join us. The Bethel College Pilots, number 9 in the NAIA poll this week, hosting Andrews University, a team that made to the Final Four of their national tournament a year ago. We're glad that you can join us. The Pilots at 3-0 on the campaign. The Andrews University Cardinals at 2-0. Exciting college basketball today here on Regional Radio Sports, presented in part by our friends at the Gates Automotive Group. Pat, the Pilots coming off a really nice set of victories this past weekend over at the Maple City Hoop Fest at Goshen College. 2 very important wins against 2 teams, as Mike Lightfoot will describe here momentarily in our pregame interview. It was very NAIA-like. It was November. It was Branson in November, as they like to say.
Hey, you talk about it, Paul. 2 teams that made it to the tournament last year in Madonna and in Lourdes. And really, when you get a tournament that early in the series where you take on opponents that are that good, you can really see where you are and what you need to improve on. Once you get into the Crossroads League, obviously a lot of great teams in here when you talk about Indiana Wesleyan and Taylor and Spring Arbor and some of those other teams, St. Francis as well. That kind of pressure in the early season can only help build you and help you grow. And tonight, again, a team that's in their division, but a team that's really tough in Andrews University.
Andrews University, multinational champions from Berrien Springs, Michigan, a team that went to the Final Four a year ago. They're a team that plays probably the best 2-3 matchup zone defense that we will see all season long or along the tournament trail. Very, very similar to what they play up in Syracuse, New York, with the Orange of Syracuse under the leadership of Jim Boeheim. Very, very difficult team to compete against. They present all kinds of problems for the Pilots. When you look at them, 2 All-Americans that you got to know where they're at all the time on the floor, Pat.
Yeah, when you look at Tyler Wooldridge and Matthew Little, both guys averaging over 18 points a game, as well as Wooldridge with 13 assists on the season. And not only that, Paul, but when you talk about these 2 guys in the 2-man zone, it's going to create havoc for the shooters of Bethel. And that's what Zach Miller and Matty Schaus and Landon Booker, they're going to try to do is get those open shots. And what that zone does, it creates a mismatch. It creates them not able to get their feet set and get those open looks that they're going to want to try to get tonight.
Pilots versus the Andrews University Cardinals here tonight. Season opener for the Pilots for head coach Mike Lightfoot. His 26th season to open this program as the head coach. He'll be joining us here momentarily after the timeout. Once again, Bethel College basketball, presented in part by our friends at the Gates Automotive Group and, of course, our friends at the United States Marine Corps. We'll come back with more of the pregame show live from the Gates Gymnasium at the White Camp Athletic Center on the campus of Bethel College in Mishawaka, Indiana. Bethel basketball comes your way right after this brief timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
It's a moment of truth where it's either put up or shut up. We were yelling our hearts out. Even in our weakness, even in our pain, we continue to push. I don't know where the pain went to, but all I know is that I had what it took. I am a United States Marine.
PFC Darrell Willis serves his country as a Marine. Will you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Can we get some water?
Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings. So I can spend a little and still save. Visit TCUnet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply. Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings. So I can spend a little and still save. Visit TCUnet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out the new Gates Automotive Group location on State Road 23 in Granger. Gates of Granger is a full-service shop for all brands and models with their state-of-the-art base paint and body shop. You can't go wrong when it's time for all your detailing work. At Gates of Granger, you can also see and buy top 10 models of pre-owned cars, pickups, SUVs, and vans. The Gates Automotive Group celebrating 85 years of integrity.
College basketball here today. The Bethel College Pilots open the 2013-2014 season here at home, the home opener. Ladies and gentlemen, we're glad that you can join us here on Regional Radio Sports. Pilots will entertain Andrews University, a team that made it to the quarterfinals of their national tournament a year ago, and a couple times they've been able to be crowned the kings of their division. Very, very good basketball program. Probably the best 2-3 matchup zone we're going to see all season long. And Coach, first of all, we'll talk about Andrews momentarily, but just kind of give us your thoughts as you're 3 games underneath your belt. You've had some stern competition, and you've been able to weather the storms thus far.
Yeah, I think we've had some good. Last weekend we said it was kind of Branson in November. I think that, look at it, there were some good things we took away from there. And you want to play good people. That kind of gives you a benchmark of where you're at. And the good thing about both those games, we had to come from behind to get them done, and that was really good to see that we did come from behind and pull those games out and hit key shots and make key plays defensively to win that game.
When you look at that as a positive situation to be able to come back, but the negative side of that is we should never have been in that position to begin with. And I know that's your sticking point. Okay, let's come out focused. Let's come out and do the things we're capable of doing right from the get-go. And then when you have a team down, you got to bury them. And I know those banners that are up there on the wall are because those great teams in Bethel's past were able to bury their competition.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the way Madonna played against us. I thought they had a great game, and they didn't play nearly as strong on Saturday. They looked to be pretty emotionally and physically wore out. I think that's what we did to them, but they played really well. They played great, and their point guard's one of the best in the country, and he, if he doesn't foul out, that's a different game. But again, you have to take it with what happens. We got him in foul trouble, and so you have to say, all right, we've got him fouled out. Now we need to take advantage of that, and we did. But yeah, we've got to get better. That's the thing. I think we got to develop more of a killer instinct. We got to develop, more help, with certain guys that can come in and help us a little bit more and score a little bit more for us.
Well, on Saturday you had 3 key guys with 2 fouls in the first half. So you had to throw some of the young kids out to the wolves, if you will, the Gray Wolves. Yeah. And literally, you had to like the way the Ryan Wasinks and the Cale Bochin stepped up in some marquee situations.
Really, those 2 guys have been really steady for us. I think we're going to continue to see more and more of them because they give us that dimension. We don't want our starters getting in foul trouble, but I think you have to adjust to the game. The game's being called a lot different. And so, we're going to have to rely on people off the bench, and without Jordan Kuhn this year, the next man up is Caleb, so we'll count on him.
Give us an idea as you've kind of gone through these first 3 games and how practice has been with the new hand check rule. It's created an interesting dynamic. I've talked to coaches both on the men's side and the women's side of things, and everybody's kind of really having to readjust their mindset and how they approach things.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of things that you have to re-coach, you have to re-instruct. Not only the hand check, but the charge. I think that's been a different look as well. So, we really have to harp on them in practice. I think the biggest change we've been making is that we referee in practice, where before anything went, we really remind our players here, that's a foul, that's a foul, that's a foul. And I think you have to, or they're not going to make that adjustment.
When you got guys like Travis Smith who likes that physical play, those are the guys, at least just from my perspective at Press Row, that's a guy who always needs to play because he likes that style of play.
Yeah, him and Book can both put pressure on the basketball, and that's part of their DNA, and you don't want to take that away from them, but at the same time you have to recognize you can't be sitting on the bench either because you're in foul trouble. So we're trying to work on that blend. I think that's happening with everybody across the country right now.
All right, let's turn our attention to this Andrews University team. They've had great success in their tournament. It's a very, very well-respected tournament. Give us an idea as you look at David's ball club and what he brings to the table. We talked about the matchup zone. It's as good as you can see.
Yeah, Little and Woolrich are great guards. I mean, both those guys just do so many things. Woolrich has been, a national championship team. I think there's just something when you play against teams that have played for national championships and cut down the nets. And being a small college division champion says a lot about their program and their zone. Their zone, I equate it to many ways when you're playing a team in football that's an option team. All of a sudden now we're going against a different look. We're being denied. We got a lot of pressure in our last game by some great athletes. Now we're going against a team that does a great job of pressuring the ball in their zone look, and it's tough to match up, and it causes a lot of people problems. So we're going to have to make good reads and make good decisions with the basketball.
Yeah, I made the comparison and talking with somebody. It's like Notre Dame playing Navy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not in that situation where you're if you're playing against that type of offense, and they're very methodical the way they go about doing it, it's very workmanlike, and you have to be able to make those type of situations. So let's talk about how you attack this matchup zone, and talk about, for the fans watching tonight, what are some of the key points that they're going to be able to see on the video cast that the Pilots are going to be successful against this zone if they do what?
Well, if we move the ball really well around the perimeter, I think they do a great job of finding their people, and they find your shooters really well. So, hopefully we can get the ball inside and then inside out. So, we've got to work extremely hard finding gaps. The second thing is we have to do a great job of ball fakes and pass fakes, because they react to the basketball. They flatten out their zone. Their wings are really trying to get out on the wing. So we've got to be able to penetrate the gaps a little bit. But when you penetrate the gaps, you got to be able to be good with the ball, make good decisions. If you are lazy on a pass or you force something, they're going to pick it off and go. So the key thing is ball movement and how we move without the ball.
And this game was decided really in the last 5 minutes a year ago, so this is a very, very formidable basketball team. All right, home opener. I know that you've been through 26 of these as the head coach, and of course you've been through that as a player. Kind of give us an idea as you reflect back on some of those favorite opening day moments here at Bethel College. Obviously, when you had a couple teams coming back after national championships, the anticipation of maybe potentially putting another red banner up there was one of them. Or maybe it was when your boys Robbie and Ryan were playing. I know there's got to be a lot of memories that you're thinking about right now, Mike.
Well, there's a lot of great things. Just being home and getting to play at, back in Goodman was special, because it was just a historic place. And now just to be able to get back at home and play, with so many tournaments and so many things going on now, home games are really hard to find, hard to get. So, I just think for our players, opportunity to play in front of their students. We got a lot of things going on campus right now. We got the Anne Frank music play going on. We got so many opportunities. Our women's team are gone. But at the same time, I think there'll be a good contingent of students who want to get out and see this new basketball team and see what we're all about.
Best luck tonight, Coach.
Thanks, Paul.
Once again, Mike Light. Once again, glad that you can join us here today on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Pat Doherty. Brad Brink up there on the camera doing a great job. We're visiting with former, I hate to say that, ladies and gentlemen, former Bethel standout Drew Schaus, who's sticking around to do some college coaching. Big part of the Pilot's success a year ago to the NAIA National Tournament Series. His little brother, Matt, a member of the basketball team. All right. Give us an idea on how the roles have changed now. You've gone from being a guy, just one of the guys on the team, and now, man, everything's changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. I love being around the guys. It's a great experience. My job's more to just be there for them and help out in the weight room. The guys need a rebounder, do that. Just be there for support and let the coaches know how the guys are feeling.
Do you feel like that the guys are confiding in you more or less now that you're quote-unquote part of management?
I feel like it's more, because I've been around them for a year and they're my best friends. Most of us room together. It's just a great experience for them to be able to confide in me and tell me what they're feeling and how they think practice is going, and relay it to coach, because it just shows a trust between us all.
I talked with Ryan Lightfoot earlier today, and he told me that it really wasn't until his junior and even into his senior year did he started to pay more attention to the little things of basketball, because when you start as a freshman and a sophomore, you really kind of rely on your athletic abilities and your skill sets. And as you get older, some of those things, they kind of fall off a little bit, to be quite honest with you. And he learned a lot, and he said that that's what helps him coach. So let's talk about going into the coaching aspect of this, Drew. The dynamic's a little different for you now. You may be part of practice, but you're not a part of that competitive game time experience. So tell us about it.
As last year showed, I'm more of a defensive player, and that's my role was in now. And now it's to help Coach Natale see some little things in that. So positioning defensive-wise, watching how players guard the ball, that's just a big thing. That's what I picked up as I got older. I didn't move as fast laterally, so I had to figure out tendencies of other players, how to move my feet, and all those things like that.
Now, obviously, for your family, you've got a great following back home in this. In North or in Eastern Indiana.
Yep.
Mom and Dad trying to make it to as many games, but there are people all over the geographical area over there who are following the games. I get notes from part of your guys' fan club all the time, and I just love them. They're great. So give us an idea as you're looking at your brother differently now as a coach. Can you sit down and talk to Matt and say, okay, Matt, I'm telling you this not as your brother. I'm telling you this as a coach. Does your relationship with Matt change?
It's made us closer, actually.
Really?
Playing made us closer, but now the fact that I can watch him and help him develop as a player is awesome. This summer we did a lot of work together, and he's improved in all aspects of his game, including the defensive end, which he'll show this year. But, yeah, it's made us closer because we could work together. We weren't as the competition wasn't there, which also helped make us closer because we're very competitive.
Now, as you reflect back on the season, you had 1 year to spend with your brother playing. And I know if I asked you the question, had you had a chance to do it all over again, you would have came here initially.
Oh, definitely. I would have been here for 4 years.
All right, so having said that, and the obvious thing is that you've spent a year together competitively at the highest level you can play at. So give us an idea what the year was like for you and Matt to travel, be a part of the same team, interchange in regards to, crying on somebody's shoulder, giving somebody a hug, because let's face it, Mom and Dad are 3.5 hours away, and it's not always easy.
Yeah, bad practices, we were always together, so we could, before that, I would always follow the games, listen to you guys on the radio is awesome, but now to be there with him and be able to interact, and if I could tell he's losing confidence, just be there to tell him, look, you're a great player, all that. It's unreal to have also my family be able to watch both of us play again. That's another big reason I came here.
Well, one of the things I've always felt that has been Matt's strong point is having that quarterback's mentality, and I've said that thousands of times because I'm a football guy. I've always said that, hey, listen, that kind of mental toughness that you need to have, and not to say the basketball guys can't be tough. My point is that when you're behind the center and you're making those reads on every single play, the ball is in your hands every day, every moment of the game. And that's a special type of leader you have to develop. Do you see that with him?
Yeah, he's developed so much as a leader from the last time I put him in the sophomore year of high school. He's gained confidence with his leadership because now everything he does, his abilities with that, he's become more confident, and he knows what he's doing out there, and you could tell.
Last year when you played this Andrews team up in Berrien Springs, difficult team to compete against, Drew, because you're not going to see the 2-3 matchup zone maybe once, maybe in and out of a game throughout the situation, but they play as well in this matchup zone as anybody that you're going to see. Give us an idea from your vantage point now as a coach, and you had a chance to break this thing down. What do the Pilots have to do to be successful using their personnel?
You got to move the ball. 2-3, you got to get them moving, then you got to find the gaps in the middle, and once you get in the middle, kick it outside. We have great shooters, and then high-low sometimes. So the key is moving the ball and hitting the open spots, and then after that, it's just knocking down shots.
All right, what's the future hold for Drew Schaus?
Well, right now I'm applying to physician assistant school, so that's my plan. If I get in, great. If not, I'm going to try and be a grad assistant somewhere and try and continue this coaching.
Look, congratulations on a great year last year, and thanks for your support.
Thank you.
And don't forget to say hi back to folks back home.
Hey, Uncle Don.
All right, we'll be back with more of our continuing coverage of Bethel College men's basketball live from the White Camp Athletic Center. This is Bethel Basketball on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Brooke Ellison is a surprising person.
When I was 11 years old, I was hit by a car and no one expected me to live.
She surprised people by living.
I have been paralyzed from the neck down and on a ventilator since that time.
And she surprised them by going to college.
Tomorrow, I will graduate from Harvard.
Determination. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at Values.com.
Get to the top, get hooked in, and then you look over the edge. I was like, no way am I jumping off this tower? I'm staying right here. I'm like, am I ever going to be good enough to be a Marine? When it was all said and done, watching the color guard raise the American flag, I thought, I am a United States Marine.
PFC Keith Palka knows you don't join the Marines, you become one. Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can't. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings. So I can spend a little and still save. Visit tcunet.com to start owning your financial future.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports, broadcasting live tonight from the Gates Gymnasium at the Y Camp Athletic Center on the campus of Bethel College in Mishawaka, Indiana. This is Bethel basketball. My name is Paul Condry, along with Pat Doherty, Tanya Condry on the details. Brad doing a wonderful job up there in the camera in the crow's nest, if you will. Take a look at our matchup tonight between these two basketball teams. Andrews University, 20-8 a year ago, made it to the consolation bracket of the USCAA Basketball National Title Tournament last year. They were 9-3 on the road, 8-3 away. Lost to Bethel College last year, 76-68. This is the fourth game in the series. Bethel has won all three, including 2 games previously here at Bethel College. The last time Andrews played Bethel here, it was ugly. Pilots ran away and hid a 104-59 shellacking. And of course, that is going to change tonight. Cardinals come in averaging 76.5 points per ballgame, giving up 58.5. They're out-rebounding their opponents 39-33. They're shooting 63% from the line, 47% from the field, 18% from downtown. They're averaging 16.5 assists per ballgame, 11 steals and 4 block shots and 11 turnovers per ballgame. So the Pilots who come in 3-0. Obviously, a year ago, solid season at 25 wins and 10 losses. Crossroads League Tournament Championship. Finished the season with the number 17 rating in the NAI National Poll. And, of course, checked out the number 12 NAI rating after winning the school's 17th tournament. I'll get it right before the night's over, Pat Doherty. Pilots coming in here tonight in search of their 181st win at the Gates Gymnasium. Pilots come in averaging 83 points a game, giving up 70. They've been out-rebounded by their opponents 37-36. They're averaging 14 turnovers per ball game. They're shooting 69% from the charity stripe, 48% from the field, 37% from downtown, 13 assists per game, 6 steals per game, and 3 block shots per ball game.
Paul, when you look at this matchup, a couple things after you go through the way the two teams have started out this season. 58 points a game that Andrews given up. I think that's going to be tested tonight with the great shooting team that the Pilots have this year. I mean, with they're starting essentially 4 guards in Landon Booker, Matt Schaus, Zach Miller, and Ryan Benner. All 4 of those guys can really shoot. The interesting thing for me tonight is to watch the bigs for Bethel. Watch Pat Edding and when Brandon Gerber comes in and see if they can play physical. I think the key for their success this season, especially once they hit that tough Crossroads League schedule, will be how physical can their guys play down low, because we know they can shoot the ball. It's the fact of stopping it and getting a little bit more physical, getting those rebounds, and maybe lengthening the margin of rebound differential between opponents and themselves. Right now, it's 36-37. I would like to see that be a little bit more like a 40-30 type situation where they're out rebounding teams a little bit better.
No, I think I'll go one step further. I think Michael Mislin, who played in 35 games a year ago, has to have a banner senior campaign. I think he's one of those guys who needs to play big minutes. I think between Edding, who's coming into the ball game, averaging 15 minutes per ball game, Ryan Wasink is averaging right around 8 minutes per ball game. Gerbs is right around 11. But in theory, Michael Mislin's averaging 20 points a game, so he's doing a lot of good things. He's a big body inside. He needs to play confident. He needs to play strong. He needs to play very, very aggressive. When he plays aggressive, he is a very, very solid player, both on the offensive and defensive side of the football. We want to thank our friends at the Gates Automotive Group, who present tonight's coverage of Bethel College men's basketball.
The Gates promise of fairness, honesty, and integrity can be seen in action each day by the Gates family with their involvement in the local community. The Gates family has been actively involved with many of our local churches, colleges, and universities. The Gates Automotive Group is family-owned and operated and has been serving Michiana for over 85 years.
We're going to take our final timeout before we go to the opening night ceremony, live from the Gates Gymnasium at the Y Camp Athletic Center on the campus of Bethel College in Mishawaka, Indiana. We'll bring it back to you. The Y Camp Wackos are here. Great crowd on hand. And the Mishawaka band is ready to kick it off. We have the national anthem all coming your way right here on Regional Radio Sports. We'll be back right after this, so stick around. The season opener coming our way in a couple minutes on Regional Radio Sports.
Credit union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Some people would call him a loser. He ran for state office. He was beaten. He started a business. He failed. He ran for Congress. He lost. He was nominated for vice president. He lost again. But he knew only those who never tried are the real losers. And Abraham Lincoln was no loser. Persistence. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings. So I can spend a little and still save. Visit tcunet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. The Pilots are here live from the Gates Gymnasium. Great crowd on hand here today. Make no mistake about it. Anticipating some exciting things going on this evening. And we'll be back with you again tomorrow, too. The Pilots will be in action against Great Lakes. And we'll have that game for you here. Video cast. And back again on Saturday as the Pilots play host to the Crosstown Holy Cross Saints. 3 games in 4 nights, and we'll throw in the 41st Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series on all of our Regional Radio Sports affiliates throughout the course of Friday night's action. Regional championships, we'll have the Penn matchup against Lake Central. You can join me on that one. Also, we'll be doing that on our radio station 91.1 FM, The Globe. Also want to remind you that coming up on Thursday, Matt Copsey will be back with us. He's on the road right now with the Lady Pilots along with Adam Demery. Lady Pilots struggling coming out of the gate right now with about 9 minutes to go in the first half. They're trailing 15-2. But the Lady Pilots, you'll hear all season long on Regional Radio Sports. And we'll have our live talk show on 91.1 FM The Globe. That'll be coming your way every Thursdays from 6 to 7 Eastern Time. 6 to 7 Eastern Time. Once again, Brian Miller, a longtime friend and softball coach at Mishawaka High School, is going to be the public address announcer. We're going to go on over to Brian here momentarily. Pat, you ready? You got that little butterfly thing going on here at the season opener?
Hey, I'll tell you what, with the Wackos being back, this is one of the greatest atmospheres, and this is what I love about it. Any kind of basketball in Indiana, we really get crazy about it. I know a lot of people that don't live in Indiana say, oh, that's just, hook 'em. Everybody over there just, it's basketball and it's really not that big of a deal. But when you look at crossball and you see all these guys dressed up and going crazy, it's basketball here, and Bethel College is one of the best in the nation at it with their fans getting crazy and the way that they just do the basketball here at Gates Gymnasium.
All right, let's go on down to Brian Miller for the voice of the White Camp Athletic Center.
Attention, please. Bethel College welcomes all players, officials, and spectators to tonight's contest. As a member of the NAIA and the Crossroads League, we're committed to the true spirit of competition as champions of character, embracing 5 core values, which are respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. Fans, we ask each of you as a participant, an official, or as a spectator to abide by these values by creating a positive environment in which our athletes may participate, our officials may work, and you, the spectator, may enjoy. Fans, please enjoy tonight's contest. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you to please rise and kindly remove your caps as Bethel College junior Luke Hoffman leads us in tonight's opening prayer.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, I thank you for tonight. I thank you for the gift of basketball, and I just ask that you help keep these guys safe and let them play to the best of their abilities, and that we could just glorify you in all we do. In your name, amen.
Thank you. Fans, please remain standing as we honor America and those who serve and protect our great country with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Tonight's national anthem will be performed by Bethel sophomore Kelly Bergeson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A beautiful rendition by Kelly Ferguson here at Bethel
Good
College.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to opening night 2013-2014. This is the Gates Gymnasium on the campus of Bethel College. Welcome to the White Camp Center. Thanks for attending tonight's men's basketball matchup between the Cardinals of Andrews University and your Bethel College Pilots. Fans, tonight's official game sponsor, Cardinal Buses, sheer comfort. Let's meet the starting lineups, brought to you by Martin's Supermarkets. You can count on Martin's for service and savings. First for the visitors from Andrews University. At one guard, a 5'7" senior from Delray Beach, Florida, wearing number 1, Junior Orlis. At a forward, a 6'3" sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida, number 3, Kenny DuPont. At forward for the Cardinals, a 6'3" senior from Bering Springs, Michigan, number 10, Matthew Little. At guard, a 5'10" senior from Bakersfield, California, number 13, Tyler Woodridge. And at center, a 6'5" senior from St. Joseph's, Michigan, number 25, Clifford Allen. Head coach of the Cardinals is David Jardine. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, BC fans of all ages, Whitecamp Wackos, let me hear you. Now's the time to make some noise. And now's the starting lineup for your Bethel College Pilots. At one guard, a 5'10 senior from South Bend, Indiana, number 15, Lyndon Booker. And another guard for BC, a 6'4 junior from Greens Fork, Indiana, wearing number 20, Matt Schos. Also at guard for your Pilots, he's 6'1". He's a junior from Connersville, Indiana, number 22, Zach Miller. And another guard, 6'4" senior from Mishawaka, Indiana, number 34, Ryan Benner. And the man in the middle for your Pilots, 6'6", senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 41, Patrick Edding. Bethel coaches are Tony Natale, Ryan Lightfoot, and the head coach of the Pilots in his 27th season. A 1978 Bethel graduate is Mike Lightfoot. Fans tonight's officials, the men in stripes are Mr. Marcus Gossard, Mr. Eric Lau, and Mr. Jerry Zersinger.
Once again, thanks for joining us here on Regional Radio Sports. I'm Paul Condry. We're going to have a little bit of a delay of the game because there is something wrong with the shot clock. So we're going to keep it right here and sort out some of the dynamics here physically at the Gates Gymnasium. So I think what the teams are going to do is work through some of their anxious moments and stand around. But what we will do, we'll thank our many sponsors who are bringing you today's game, including our friends at the Gates Automotive Group.
The Gates Automotive Group has been serving Michiana for over 85 years. The Gates promise of fairness, honesty, and integrity can be seen each day at Gates Downtown, Gates Chevy World of Mishawaka, Gates Toyota Scion in South Bend, and Gates Ireland Road, and of course Gates of Granger. For 85 years, the Gates dealership has been providing great growth opportunities for all of its employees. If you are interested in becoming one of our team members, stop by our family-owned and operated business. For more information on Gates Automotive Group, check out the website at www.gatesautomotive.com.
Andrews University will be to my right, decked out in the black shorts, the black jerseys. The numbers are white, trimmed in red. Andrews written on the front in block letters, in white, trimmed in red. Bethel will be to my left of center court, decked out with the white shorts, the white jerseys. The numbers are blue with gray trim. Bethel written in blue, trimmed in gray. As always, Mr. Reliable, Robbie Lightfoot,
comes to save the day.
Comes to save the day. I encourage you to join us immediately after our first half. Seth Zartman, the baseball coach extraordinaire, will be spending some time with us on the broadcast. He's the director of the facilities at Bethel College. He'll be keeping us up to date on what's going on. He'll be talking about a couple of his guys who played in the big leagues.
Hey, we got a 0 on the shot clock, and now the scoreboard's out. Hey, Paul, real quickly, last year Bethel won this game against Andrews 76-68. A couple guys returning had some big numbers. Matt Schaus, he had 8 points. Zach Miller with 14. Ryan Benner with 15 for the Pilots. In that game, though, a couple guys that graduated last year, and Bowerman had 15 points as well. And I don't think we're gonna, as good of a post player as Bowerman was. I think we've talked about it in the pregame about 3 guys stepping up and kind of filling that role this year. I think you hit the nail on the head with Michael Mislin. I think he's one of those key players, especially with Jordan Kuhn out for the season with that back injury and not going to be able to play. But having Michael Mislin, Pat Edding, and Brandon Gerber, all 3 of those guys with key minutes for this pilot team, I think we're going to expect some good things out of the Pilots this year.
I spent some time with Michael Pallas, the assistant coach, been at Andrews University for 5 years, and talked with him a little bit about this club. He tells me it's the deepest club they have had in some time. It's a team that has great chemistry, has very good work ethic. They play hard, and he told me flat out that this is the biggest game that his team plays all season long. So that will be the particular that will be on hand here. So you can bet your bottom dollar that the Cardinals are rocking and ready to go here tonight as they take on the Bethel Pilots.
Well, look at the Y Camp Wackos. We got a bunch of guys painted on their chest, #WeAreBC, and it's packed. That middle section of the bleachers across the way, packed. You can tell how much they're here to support the home opener for their Bethel men's basketball team.
Keep in mind it's going to be an exciting season for the Pilots here at home. IU South Bend will be here in November. That should be, as always, a great affair. December games here at home include Goshen and Spring Arbor. In January, how about this lineup? St. Francis, Huntington Taylor, and Indiana Wesleyan. February's home slate is pretty sweet too, with Marion, Mount Vernon and Nazarene, and then Grace. And the Pilots are hoping that they can spend the entire Crossroads League postseason tournament at home. That means they will have won the regular season championship. So optimism, and for those of you who are Cub fans, there's no such thing as wait till next year. This year is now.
Well, and the Cubs are going to announce a new manager this week as well. But let's look at no other Crossroad League teams are in competition tonight, but a few played last night. Indiana Wesleyan at Indiana University East. They won 123-103. Mount Vernon was at Lawrence Tech University. They lost a 79-64 outcome. Purdue University North Central was at Huntington. Huntington came away winners 90-78. Concordia University at Spring Arbor. They were able to pull out a close one. Concordia was 73-70. And in overtime at St. Catherine, St. Francis dropped 86-82. That game, like I said, was in overtime. If you look at tomorrow night, Bethel will be back in action here. Paul, you and I will be here, as well as I believe Coach Gardner will rejoin us for the broadcast. On Friday, Grace will travel to Wilberforce University. That game's at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Indiana Wesleyan will be at Cornerstone University. And Goshen will be at Calumet College of St. Joseph on Friday as well.
When you look at this Bethel team, it's certainly no question that the veterans of this group have stepped to the forefront big time here. Ryan Benner averaging 20 points a ball game, 2 assists, 2 steals, a block, and nearly 3 rebounds per contest. And how about Landon Booker? 13 points per ball game, 3 assists, and 3.5 rebounds. And he has done a great job. And once again, and I know I'm going to share this story throughout the course of the season with our Bethel family on these broadcasts, Landon is doing a student internship with us. So we see Landon probably 2 or 3 times a week. So we have a chance to work with him very, very closely. We're excited for the journey that he has been on to be in a position. And if people knew how much time he has spent in rehab, you would
there we go, Paul.
You would think him as nothing but a hero. We are ready to get underway here. The White Camp Wackos have the ball.
They're going to check it. They give the official okay. We can use that ball. So ready to go.
We are ready to rock and roll. I'm Paul Condry, the voice of the Pilots, along with Pat Doherty. We're glad that you can join us here today on Regional Radio Sports. To jump it up will be Clifford Allen, a 6'5" senior from St. Joseph's, Michigan. And Pat Edding wins the tip for the Pilots. Pilots will move from left to right on your screen. And the Andrews University Cardinals will go from right to left. Here's Ryan Benner to Zach Miller, top of the circles quickly on the far wing, now to Landon Booker. Back to Matt Schaus. Matt on the dribble. Bounce pass to the left side, now to Book. Book on the dribble, double teamed in the corner. Goes now here to Ryan Benner. Benner, foul line extended left, hands it off to Matt Schaus. Matt looking, goes inside now to Pat Edding. He's double teamed, and it's a turnover on the Pilots in the first possession. That ornery 2-3 matchup zone is as good as you're going to see, folks. Tyler Woolridge goes here on the left side now to Matthew Little. Back to Woolridge on the near wing. Now he dribbles to the top where he swings it right side now to Little. Little, double team, cross court sit now here to Woolridge. He will load up the three-point bomb, and he is nothing but the bottom of the net. 3-0 Cardinals.
Yeah, that's one thing, you can't let him get an open look, Paul.
Landon Booker on the near wing. Comes back to Matt Schaus at the top. Max swings right side now to Booker. Booker looking, goes to Matt Schaus at the point. Matt on the dribble. Penetration. Jump pass here to Edding. Free throw line. Back here to Booker on the right wing. Booker lost the handle on it. Taps it out here to the point to Zach. Back here to Matt Schaus. Matt drives. Lost the handle on it. Another Bethel turnover. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for BC.
Got to be smarter with the ball. That time he just tried to penetrate the lane a little bit too quick and lost the handle.
Woolridge with the basketball. Goes left side now to Little. Little hedges off a screen on the elbow. Loads up the three-point bomb and buries it. 6-0. in favor of the Cardinals. 18:21 to go, first half. Matt Schaus all the way back out here to the midcourt area. Now they'll go on the far wing now. He dribbles over here to the top, looks, comes right side now to Booker. Booker looking for some help. Pilots go to the right baseline now. Here is Pat Enning, reverses it back to Booker. Booker, top of the circle now to Zach Miller. Miller right side now to Book. Book on the drive. Floating 12-footer in the lane. No, tipped up. Ryan Benner was hit from behind and no call. And here come the Cardinals with a 6-0 advantage. Here's Matthew Little, cross court here to Orlis. Orlis buries the three-point bomb. 9-0. Cardinals, 17:40 to go.
That's 3 straight three-pointers for Andrews.
Landon Booker on the far wing now. Looking for some help. Goes to the deep left corner now to Schaus inside to Pat Edding. And he dunks it with 2 hands. An exclamation point for P.O. that time. Pilots' first points of the season at home, Patrick Edding. 9-2 ball game.
Hopefully that'll give Bethel a little bit of momentum here.
From right to left now, Matt Little over the timeline now. Hands it off now here to Woolridge. Woolridge, as Booker extends pressure out here to the semicircle. He goes left side, stolen by Benner. Ryan, right side of the lane, and he is fouled. Tyler Woolridge got him from behind. And Ryan Benner moving that shoulder in and out. That is not a good sign.
No, it's not, Paul. He had an injury late last year with that shoulder, but I like the aggressiveness there. Driving to the rim, draw the foul.
So Ryan Benner, who came into today's action shooting 70%, the right-hander's free throw is no good. 16:57 to go here in the first half. Andrews out of the gates quickly with a 9-2 advantage. Benner with one more. Free throw good. So he's 1 of 2, and it's a 9-3 ball game. And the Pilots will bring pressure now. Up the right sideline is Woolridge. Woolridge drives, had it slapped away by Landon Booker. Booker, center of the floor, 3-on-3 break. Hands it off to Zach Miller. He loads up the triple, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net. Pilots within 3 at 9-6.
That's huge if we can get Zach Miller a little bit hot here in the early going, knocking down some shots.
Here's Landon Booker knocking one out of play. Great hustle play by Landon, streaking up the left sideline.
And Paul, you talked about it in the pregame. Both Landon Booker and Pat Smith, really good defensive players. A great job to knock that ball away without getting a foul called.
To trigger the inbounds in front of the Bethel bench now is Kenny DuPont. Now here's the ball to the left elbow, now to Clifford Allen. Back to the top, three-point shot on the way, no good. And a foul called on the Pilots on the rebound.
That's going to be on Pat Edding, his first foul, team's first.
16:24 to go, first half. 9-6 in favor of the visitors from Berrien Springs, Michigan. And to inbound the basketball to the left of the lane will be Matthew Little. The hometown product averages 18 points and 5 rebounds. Bounces here to DuPont. His shot is good from the near side. 11-6 in favor of the Cardinals. 16:18 to go, first half. Here's Matt Schaus running one-hander down the lane, no good. Tipped up and around, who's got it? And the ball is deflected off the Pilots, and it'll be Andrews basketball. So from right to left, Kenny DuPont from Mount Dora High School, his hometown of Jacksonville, Florida. Comes over here to Woolridge, and Woolridge back to DuPont, and they'll go against the Bethel pressure. Up the sideline, boy, very close to a 10-second. And there it is. Good job by the Pilots to create the turnover there.
Yeah, they changed it up and went full court press. That's the third turnover now for Andrews University here in the early going.
Bethel at 11-6 trailer as Pat Edding inbounds the basketball now to Matt Schaus. Matt directs some traffic here at the point. Goes inside now to Zach Miller. Miller reverse layup is good. 11-8. Zach Miller now with 5 here in the early going. 15:46 to go. Up the left sideline is Woolridge. What a great hustle play by Landon Booker. Booker, Benner. Ball's deflected into the forecourt, and Pilots come away with it. Pat Edding off the deflection from Book. Here is Benner. Goes to Miller on the far wing. Now here to the free throw line to Edding. Now to the left corner now to Zach Miller, bounce past the PO, Pat on the drive to the goal, and he is fouled, taking it strong to the rack. Nice aggressive drop step by Pat Edding.
That's going to be a foul on Kenny DuPont, his first foul, team second, but Paul, great series there by Pat Edding.
Once again, college basketball here from the White Camp Athletic Center. It's 11-8. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back with more right here on Regional Radio Sports.
Boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
The entire world watched. They watched each step down the rungs of that small ladder, one after another, and waited with great anticipation for that last step.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
At that moment, humanity saw the impossible become the possible, and today the sky is not the limit. Achievement. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Welcome back here to the White Camp Athletic Center. Inside the Gates Gymnasium, Paul Condry along with Pat Doherty. 11-8 Andrews, 15:22 to go here in this first half of play.
Update from the women's game as they're taking on Roosevelt, 49-19 at the half, Roosevelt.
The Lady Pilots, they're going to live by that three-point shot or die by that three-point shot, as we found out with this young group as Pat Edding knocks down the charity toss, 11-9. This is a Roosevelt team that is one of the favorites to win the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference, though.
Bethel 2 of 3 at the line so far here in the early going, Paul.
Travis Smith checked into the ball game for the Pilots as Pat's able to knock down a pair of free throws. And Pat with 4 points in the early going. It's now a 11-10 ball game. Michael Mislin also checks in. And this is a big opportunity. Here's the ball stolen by Ryan Wassink. Playing a little strong safety that time, if you will. Here is Ryan Benner, pull up 18-footer, bucket! Pilots lead for the first time this season at all, 12-11.
3 points for Ryan Benner, and great shot choice there, Paul.
With a basketball from right to left, Tyler Woolridge. Now goes here to Matt Little up the left sideline. Now here's Kenny DuPont handing it out here, stolen by Benner, a big collision, and Andrews comes away with it. On the far side, here's a three-point bomb on the way, good! Junior Orlis hit it from Delray Beach, Florida, and it's now a 14-12 ball game. 4 3-point baskets in the first 6 minutes. Here's a pass inside to Wassink. His little shot from the right baseline, no good. It was a half hook. 14-12 in favor of the Andrews University Cardinals. Tyler Woolridge over the timeline now into the forecourt. Bounce pass to the left wing now to Orlis. Orlis on the crossover, loads up the three-point shot and knocks it down. Zach's got to come out. He can nail that one, as obviously it's now 17-12.
Orlis has knocked down 3 3-pointers here in the early going, Paul.
The scary thing about it, this is a Andrews team that was shooting 18% from downtown coming into today's game. Here's Mislin. It's a 17-12 Cardinal lead. Benner, three-point shot off the iron, no good. Rebound ripped out of there by Kenny DuPont of Andrews University.
And right now, Andrews University 6 of 6 from the field, Paul.
From right to left, Tyler Woolridge. Left-hand pass now here to Matthew Little. Comes back out to the top now to Orlis. Swings it right side now on the wing to Tyler Woolridge. Back to DuPont at the point. Now on the near wing, Orlis. Goes now to the left elbow to Cliff Allen. And the ball stolen by the Pilots, Zach Miller. Here's the Pilots, 3-on-3 break if they hurry. Ryan Benner driving, and a blocking foul called on Matthew Little, the 6'3 senior from Berrien Springs.
That's his first foul, team's third.
And at the 13:23 mark, Ryan Benner will go to the charity stripe. He's 1 for 2 on the evening. Came into today's action shooting 70%. And Zach Miller looks like he's going to get a blow here as Caleb Ochen's going to shoot some action in at you. 17-13 in favor of the Cardinals now, as Benner has one more, 2 for 3 on the afternoon.
4 points so far.
The senior from Mishawaka High School is able to convert the second of his opportunity. 17-14 in favor of the Cardinals here. 13:23 to go. Here's a kick saving a beauty. Oh, Michael Mislin showing us a little Corey Crawford, if you will.
Love it. Love it.
On Frozen Pond tonight are the Stanley Cup champions. And to inbound the basketball underneath the Pilots' goal are the Andrews University Cardinals, as Robert Moon is in the ballgame. Did his prep work at Andrews Academy right there in Berrien Springs. Here's Matthew Little driving, and a foul on the reach-in that time. Believe they're going to catch Travis Smith. And that'll be the second infraction on Bethel here at the 13-12 mark. Benner's coming out. Matt Schaus will check back in. It was a great visit we had in the pregame show with Drew Schaus, really shedding some light on things. And to inbound the ball to the right of the lane, the Cardinals, they'll count on Tyler Woodridge to run the show out here on the perimeter. He's now here on the near wing on the dribble. Hedges off a screen. He's going to take the drive. Running one-hander's woefully short. And here come the Pilots. Here's Travis Smith with the drive. Shot, no good. Rebound deflected, and Cards come away with it. May not be the shot that Travis should have taken.
No, I think he was expecting some contact and didn't get any.
And it'll be Tyler Woodridge, the handing off to Matt Little. He loads up the triple. Off the iron, no good. Ryan Wasink up strong. He's played very, very well here in his initial 3 games as a collegian. Here's Wasink, 3-point shot. Far side, no good. Tipped up and around, and the Cardinals come away with it. Good look that time for Ryan Wasink.
Very good look, Paul. And after making 6 straight, Andrew has missed their last 2 shots.
Over here on the near wing now, Matt Little. And a foul inside. Illegal screen, I believe, set up. Was it Robert Moon on the screen? It was. The illegal screen that's timed by the freshman Robert Moon, the 6'3", 190-pounder.
That's his first foul, team's 4th.
So Matt Schaus will walk it up over the timeline now into the Bethel forecourt. Nice crowd on hand here by the Wackos. Good to see them out today. Far side, Travis Smith. Now on the near wing, Caleb Ochin. Ochin goes down to the free throw line to Miz. Miz back to Ochin. He hesitates, drives, kicks it over here to Matt. Matt drives down the lane and scores. Nice play by Ochin to get it to Matty Schaus, and Matt with the layup. And a good aggressive move by Matt. Up court quickly now. Here's Junior Orlis. Swing it over here to the left side. Shot away good for Cliff Allen. 19-16 Andrews. 11:37 to go here first half. Ochin goes free throw line now to Wasink. Wasink back into the corner to Matt Schaus. Bounce pass here to Travis Smith. Travis in traffic. He loses the handle on it on the block shot. That's 2 times to the goal for Travis and been denied both times. David Jardine, the coach of Andrews, pounding his chest over here, signaling the play. Comes out here left elbow now. Robert Moon. Moon on the crossover. Jump pass to the near wing to Woodridge. Woodridge drives, shoots, and a foul called on the Pilots going to, as they try to. They're not going to get that call this year. We talked about that. 2 shots now for Tyler Woodridge, who's a 62% free throw shooter.
That foul is going to be on Michael Mislin, team's 3rd, his 1st. But you talk about it, Paul. He moved his feet at the last second there. You have to be set when they make that contact, or you're not going to get a charging call this year.
Free throw on the way for number 13 is good. Tyler Woodridge, 3.5 rebounds, 18.5 points, an All-American a year ago. 20-16 in favor of the Cardinals.
And he's got 4 points. It's the first foul shot for Andrews University here with 11 minutes to go in the first half.
And his second free throw is off the rim, no good. It's hard to believe that this team shot 20% from downtown in their game against IUSB, and there's a turnover on the Pilots. And also shot a paltry 5 of 17 in 3-point range in their other ball game against Indiana University Northwest. Here is a turnover on the Cardinals. 10:39 to go first half. Cardinals 20, and the Cards are going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout and thank our great friends at the Gates Automotive Group.
Do you know that the Gates Automotive is the #1 seller of pre-owned vehicles in Michiana? Gates sells more, which means Gates can give you more for your trade-in. Stop in at any Gates Automotive location at Gates Downtown, Gates Chevy World Mishawaka, Gates Toyota Scion in South Bend, Gates on Ireland Road, and Gates of Granger. The Gates Automotive Group has been serving Michiana for over 85 years.
Pilots' all-time record against ranked teams has improved to 421 and 83, including 311 and 49 when they're taking on teams ranked the top 10 in the nation. Pilots are 181 and 9 in program history when allowing 59 or fewer points, including the Pilots' season opener in the game against Holy Cross where they only allowed 56. Ryan Benner scored his 1,000th career point against Holy Cross earlier this season, including his 53rd program, the 53rd guy in the program to do that. Benner currently sits in 49th place with 1,051 career points. Zach Miller has 969 career points entering play tonight, just 31 points shy from becoming the 54th pilot in the history to score 1,000 points. Landon Booker has 148 career steals entering play tonight. He is 39 steals away from reaching the top 10 in steals program. Great work by Andrew Bowen and, as always, Robbie Lightfoot with all the sports information. These guys do a wonderful job. Caleb Ochin goes here to Matt Schaus at the top of the ring now. Matt on the dribble, hands it off to Book on the far wing. Book now at the point, swings it right side, now to Ochin, back to Book. Book drives inside, stops, heads it off to Gerber, and the ball's deflected and stolen. Nicely done by Cliff Allen. You got to dish the pass quickly, or you got to shoot the ball when you go inside the land of the trees.
That's the 5th turnover for the Pilots.
Woolridge, one-on-one against Booker, gets away, goes over to Orlis. He loads up the three-point shot, and that's an air ball. And Pat Edding grabs it and he pushes it up. Matt Schaus over the timeline now. Dribbles all the way to the left wing. Tries to find the trailer. Ill-advised pass. And a timeout. Andrews University. There's the quarterback in Matt Schaus right there. I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he's trying to thread the needle on the play right there. Our coverage of college basketball. I want to thank our many fine sponsors who make it all happen on Regional Radio Sports.
The entire world watched. They watched each step down the rungs of that small ladder, one after another, and waited with great anticipation for that last step.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
At that moment, humanity saw the impossible become the possible, and today the sky is not the limit. Achievement. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Paul Condry along with Pat Edding, Tanya Condry on stats today. Brad Brinkley doing a wonderful job up there on the camera. We want to thank him for his tireless support and work. He'll be with us all season long, so if you're one of those Pilot faithful, make sure that you see him across campus, you give him a high five and tell him thanks for all his help, doing an internship with us this year, and we're glad to have him a part of our team. And a foul on the Pilots. Foul on Brandon Gerber.
Yeah, he just checked in the game. His first, team's 4th.
To inbound the basketball be Robert Moon right in front of the White Camp Wackos. They'll come into the backcourt now to Tyler Woodridge, the Bakersfield product. We'll come over here to the near side wing to Matt Little. Now back to Woolridge. A pair of All-Americans on the exchange right there. Here it is, Little coming off a screen and knocking down the three-point bomb off the assist from Woolridge. It's now 23-16. Count them if you got them. That is the 6th three-point shot of the first half, in the first 10 minutes and a half, if you will. 23-16 in favor of the Cods.
And 6 for Little as well, Paul.
Matt Schaus near wing, looking for some help. Goes right corner now to Brandon Gerber. Gerber on the dribble, goes inside to Ochin, tap pass to Caleb, or to Pat Edding, and he scores the layup. Great tap pass that time by Ochin. 23-18. I believe that's 6 now for Pat.
6 points for Pat Edding here with 9 left to go.
With the basketball now, Tyler Woodridge. One-on-one against Booker at the top. Backs it out of harm's way all the way out to the 45-foot mark. And where he gives way to Robert Moon on the right wing. Moon comes back out to the point now to Cliff Allen. Allen backing in on Pat Edding. Comes back out here on the near wing to Woodridge. 8 on the shot clock. Woodridge. Landon needs to extend the defense. Jump shot from 3 over Booker, good. Unbelievable shooting right now for the Cardinals. 26-18, 7 3-point bombs in the early going.
And 7 points for Woodridge.
Here is Landon Booker on the far wing, goes deep left corner now to Matt Schaus. Matt goes now here to Gerber. Gerber turns, squares, comes back to Book. Book, wide open 16-footer, rims, no, tipped up, and Ochin grabs it, drives, scores. Caleb Ochin in the right place at the right time. Pilots within 6, 26-20, 8:03 to go first half.
That's the first 2 points for Ochin.
Here is Moon going right side now to Woodridge. Woodridge goes in the far wing now to Orlis. Orlis back out here to the top now to Woodridge. He backs it out of harm's way, and he'll reset the offense. Goes down here to the left elbow now to Cliff Allen. 3-point bomb from downtown. No good on the offering by Woodridge. And a whistle.
And they had to call a timeout. You can see Matt Schaus' eye. He took an elbow, and he's all bruised up. There might even be some blood there, Paul.
Boy, he certainly did. He got hit upside the noggin. Good there.
So they had to call a timeout. He's going to have to come up. He is bleeding. His right eye is bruised and swollen. It swelled up really fast. He took an elbow right in the eye on that pass.
And immediately some medical help from the Bethel Certified Athletic Trainer. Sarah doing, as always, a great job. Over here near side, Landon Booker. Booker being bodied out here, comes right side now to Travis Smith. Smith looks, bounce past to Book on the far wing. Landon on the dribble, spins, double team, come out here to Zach. Miller for 3, in and out, no good. Ryan Benner the rebound. He's triple team, and he is fouled inside on the reach in. 7:19 to go here in the first half. Pilots a 26-20 trailer. Keep an eye on
Matt Schaus. He went back to the training room. They're going to have to get some ice on that. That swelled up really fast, Paul. That foul was on Clifford Allen, his first, team's 5th.
And the play inside going off the mark. And here come the Cardinals from right to left. A 26-20 leader. Ball on the left elbow, Cliff Allen. Now back out to Woolridge. Goes in the corner now. Here to Little. His shot no good. Rebound, Landon Booker. Streaks out of there. Book from left to right finds Ryan Benner. He'll load up the 3. Off the rim to go. Ball's deflected out of bounds. And it'll be Bethel basketball. Travis Smith had good position inside, but it was knocked away. And Travis to inbound the basketball to the left of the lane. 6:52 to go first half. Red hot shooting. Cardinals of Andrews University. Here's Ryan Benner. Shot inside, blocked away. Nicely done by Allen. As Benner had his shot packed back in his chops. Smith right side now to Pat Edding. Edding steps out of the double team. Bounce pass to Benner. Benner spins, shoots, left to short. Edding kept it alive, back to Benner. Benner on the far wing now. Wide open, he'll come back to Booker. Swings it right side to Travis. Travis Smith and a hand check. And that'll be the 6th team foul on the guest from Berrien Springs.
That'll be on Robert Moon, his 2nd foul, team 6th.
Don't forget to join us every Thursday night on 91.9 FM and WGCS for the Coach's Box. Join Matt Copsey, yours truly, along with Pat Doherty and Adam Demery from Beef O'Brady's, State Road 23 in Granger. We're open 7 days a week. Lunch starting at 11 o'clock. Don't forget they got great ribs, wraps, burgers. Once again, Beef O'Brady's, good food, good sports. Beef O'Brady's. Miller's 3-point shot goes awry. Ball's on the floor. Travis, imagine that, is in the middle of the scrum down there.
Well, and Paul, I'm surprised he got a jump call foot because it was the foot of Tyler Woodridge that caused the jump ball with Pat Smith. I didn't believe he had a hand in there. That's why I'm a little bit surprised it was called a jump ball.
From right to left, here's the ball deflected. And here's a drive from the left block, that time by Tyler Woolridge. Back out here to the point. They'll reinvest their offense. Here's a drive down the lane. Moon shot off the rim, no good. Rebound, Ryan Benner. Travis Smith over the timeline now. Back over here to Miller. Miller goes inside, and the ball's deflected out of bounds. Boy, too, they fill the lanes very, very quickly.
Yeah.
It's 26-20 our score here with 6 minutes to go. Travis Smith will check out of the ballgame now, and Ryan Wasink will be on the floor with Benner, Edding. Here's Zach Miller in the near corner. Jump pass out here, and he threw it away. Junior Orlis will drive, shoot, and he missed the layup. And then here is a foul whistled on the Pilots.
And that'll be on Tyler Woldridge, his second foul, team 7th.
And Mike Lightfoot, I was just zeroing in on Mike. He was telling Zach, you're wide open, shoot the ball.
That's one thing. So the perimeter shooters have been a little bit shy tonight, Paul.
Brandon Von Dorpowski checks into the ballgame, a 6'1", 170-pound freshman. Number 32 on your screen, 6'1", 170, averaging 1.2 rebounds. He has 3 assists on the season and a steal. Benner will go to the line. 5:52 to go. Free throw good. 26-20.
Ryan Benner's hit his last 4 free throws. He's now 4 of 5 at the line.
26-21, excuse me. And Benner with one more opportunity. And the free throw is no good. A rebound ripped out of there by Kenny DuPont, the 6'3 sophomore. And Tyler Woldridge will walk it up over the timeline now. Round the back dribble. He's going one-on-one against Book. Goes now here to the left side now to Orlis. Orlis comes back out here to the top now to Bondorski. Bondorpowski. Wide open in the right corner and not even looking towards his way. Woldridge comes back out to the top to Orlis. Orlis on the crossover, lost his handle on it. Taps it over here in the near corner now to Woldridge. He loads up the triple. Ball's deflected around Zach Miller on the breakout. Zach drives from the left side and he is fouled. Going to the goal.
And that one's going to be on Orlis. His first foul, team's 8th.
And Zach came down a little awkward on that left knee. And Orlis picking up the infraction now. And at the line will be Zach Miller. Miller on the season, an 83% free throw shooter. I've said it since the beginning of the season. And all last year, I sound like a broken record. Free throws has got to improve on this team if it's going to have hopes to bring another red banner back here to Mishawaka.
And Matt Schaus just joined the bench again, Paul.
And checking back into the ballgame is Matt Little.
Schaus has a Band-Aid over his right eye.
And Miller's second free throw good. So 1 of 2. 26-22. Cardinals. 5:10 to go, first half.
6 points for Miller.
Matt Little goes up the right sideline now here to Dorpowski. And there's a drive inside and a foul whistle on the Pilots.
It's going to be on Pat Edding, his second foul, team's 5th.
And Michael Mislin will check in for Pat Edding. Boy, the hot shooting of the Cardinals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3-point baskets in the first half. 27-22. In favor of the Cardinals. And one more for Von Dorpowski. He came into the ballgame 0 for 1. Now he is 2 for 3. He was able to knock them both down. 6-point advantage. The biggest lead for the Cardinals on the night was at 9-0. Here's Zach Miller on the near wing. Way out here, right about 10 feet from my vantage point to the right of the scorer's bench. Here's Miller, stops, off balance, lean in, shot rims, no. Wasting taps it out, but it goes into the hands of Woldridge. Woldridge pulls it up, and he'll reset the offense here at the 45-foot mark. Goes right side now to Matt Little. Middle, now back over here to Woldridge. Woldridge drives inside, shot is up and in. And it's now a 30-22 lead with 4:27 to go. Pilots need to get it in gear. Miller, far wing now. They've got the zone all packed in. Here is Ryan Benner with a drive down the lane. He's fouled. And they'll whistle that one on Kenny DuPont, the 6'3 sophomore.
That's his second foul, team's 9th.
And the Pilots are going to need to knock down some free throws. They've had golden opportunities to get right back in this. But you can't go 0 of 2 or 1 for 2 when everybody else is knocking down threes on the other end. Benner's free throw was good. And it's now 30-23. 4:16 to go. And Ryan with one more opportunity. Second free throw is good. There you go. Knocking down a pair, and that helps the Pilot cause. Here's a double team in the backcourt now. Woldridge. Pilots now 9 of 12. I know that sounds okay, but you got to knock him down when somebody's shooting red hot from downtown. Little around the back dribble, had a dribble off his Achilles. Comes back out to the top now here to DuPont. Back here on the left elbow now to Little. Back into the corner now to Dorpowski. And the ball's on the floor. Jump ball. Bethel basketball. Nice play, Landon Booker once again. Boy, I tell you what, he plays so hard.
And him and Travis Smith, both those kids, they'll go on the court for a loose ball, I'll tell you that.
If you're a prospective employer and you're looking for someone who's going to bring it every day, Landon Booker's the guy you want to hire when he graduates from Bethel College. Ryan Benner goes right side now to Booker. Booker hedges off a screen. Bounce pass out here to Wasink. Wasink loads up the jump shot. Bricked it. No good. Rebound ripped out of there by Matt Little of Andrews University. Now here's Tyler Woldridge on the walk. And Matt's going to check back into the contest now.
It's good to see that, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Little loads up the three. Off the rim to good. Ryan Benner, the uncontested rebound. I feel that Andrews is a little tired. Now the Pilots need to take advantage of it. Here's Zach Miller in the corner. Loads up the three-point shot. Buries it. 30-27 as Zach Miller knocks it down here right at the 3-minute mark. Pilots a three-point trailer now.
Miller's got 9 points. He's 2 of 4 from long range.
From right to left, Kenny DuPont over the, oh, he double dribbled. Back out here to the top now to Woldridge. He had both hands on the ball when he came through that screen right there. Ball here left elbow now. Matt Little. Backdoor pass and a foul on Landon as it looks like he held Tyler Woldridge, who was trying to go backdoor on the play.
Booker's first foul, team 6th.
A common foul on Matt Schaus, and Travis Smith will check back into the ball game. And Book and Ryan Wasink will get a ball. I'm really, really surprised at the play of Ryan Wasink. He has really done a nice job stepping into this opportunity he has right here. Here's a three-point shot on the far side. Good. Another one. A dagger from Matt Little. It's now 33-27. 2:27 to go. Schaus right side now to Miller. He loads up the triple and buries the triple. Back-to-back triples for Zach Miller. 33-30 in favor of the Cods. 2:14 to go.
And Miller's got 12 now, Paul.
With a basketball up the left sideline now here. DuPont through traffic. Goes into the deep left corner. Three-point shot is good again. Oh, my. This one off the hand of Brandon Von Dorpowski. It's 36-30. Here's the drive inside to Miz, and he scores.
2 points for Mislin.
36-32, 1:46 to go. Up the right sideline now. Little, top out here to Woldridge. Out here at the 45-foot mark near the center court circle. Travis Smith deep in that defensive strike. Here's a steal by Matt Schaus. And stolen right back. Matt tried to go ahead and get it in transition. Here's an alley-oop play inside, deflected around, and the Pilots keep it alive somehow, some way. Benner inside to Mislin, he threw it away.
Good idea. Pass was just a little bit high. Miz couldn't come down with it.
And checking into the ballgame for Andrews University for the first time this evening will be number 44, Andrew Simpson from Andrews Academy, a 6'5 freshman. He's also from Berrien Springs. And to inbound the basketball against Bethel pressure will be the Andrews University Cardinals. Kenny DuPont to throw it in over the big man, Michael Mislin. He goes here on the far side now to Little. And back here to DuPont. DuPont is stolen by Matt Schaus in transition. Matt on the drive. Scores! And he is fouled! Matt taking it strong to the rack. And it's now a 36-34 ball game. Pilots within 2. 1:06 to go first half.
Matt Schaus has 4 points now, and that's Kenny DuPont's 3rd foul, team's 10th.
I knew when Matt came out of the ball game, if he was coming back into the ball game, he'd be playing with reckless abandon. And there's the free throw is good. We saw it last year. If he gets beat up, he gets that little ornery streak. Here's the ball into the forecourt now. Woldridge Over here to the big fella, Andrew Simpson, and he lays it up and in. 38-35, 56 seconds to go in the half. Schaus right wing now. Bounce pass to Travis on the far wing. Travis Smith looking for some help. Back to Matt Schaus. Matt, travel with the basketball. 46.6 seconds to go in the first half. It's a 38-35 Andrews lead. The Pilots have closed it to 2. Archeka had the lead at 12-11 at the 15-12 mark after being down 9-0. And then after the lead ballooned again to 8. Here's the basketball in the hands of Little. Had it stolen by Travis Smith. 2-on-1. Travis driving, and he's fouled. And the fence is knocked off its borings, if you will.
Fence, a couple chairs, maybe a table.
And I tell you what, I guess you could start saying defense. Defense.
I don't think they're going to be able to put that fence back up. I saw pieces flying, Paul. There goes a sign. Wow.
David Jardin, the coach of the Cardinals, expressing his displeasure, I believe.
Well, that foul was on Matt Little, his second, team's 11th.
29.1 to go. Travis Smith will be at the line, and he's improved his free throw shooting to 80%, and he gets the Pilots within a pair at 38-36.
His first point of the ball game.
I'll be honest with you, I just don't know if Andrews can play any better.
They've been playing phenomenal.
In the first half.
They have.
And the Pilots haven't played well at all.
And I think you talked about it, though, Paul, a little bit tired. A little bit tired here in the last 5 minutes for Andrews University.
So Travis, second free throw is no good. Matt Schaus grabs the rebound, and the Pilots can play for the final shot. Here's Caleb Ochen back here to Matt Schaus. Matt back over here to Travis Smith. And Matt Schaus will hold the ball. 14 seconds to go. Make it 8 seconds now here as they get engaged. Matt Schaus through the leg dribble. Gives up the dribble. Goes left side now to Ochen into the corner. Travis Smith for 3. Rims no. Tipped up. No. Tipped up by Benner. No good. And 20 minutes are in the books. From inside the Gage Gymnasium, the Pilots lead. Back that down. The Pilots trail the Andrews University Cardinals 38-36. We'll be back with our halftime particulars right after this. Stick around. More things coming your way on Regional Radio Sports.
Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings. So I can spend a little and still save. Visit tcunet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness. From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. I'm Paul Condry, along with Seth Zartman, the head baseball coach. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think there's a guy who works harder on the Mishawaka campus here than Seth Zartman. He's in charge of the building and grounds. And Seth, tell you what, an interesting move over there, having to get rid of the fence very quickly.
Yeah, that was a little bit unexpected right there, and try to do it as quickly as possible.
All right. Well, I tell you what a great World Series we had a chance to watch. I know as the baseball coach here for the last few years, you certainly can appreciate great baseball. Cardinals and the Red Sox, and that Red Sox, that was just tremendous. As you reflect back on it, what were your thoughts?
Well, I think the biggest thing that came to my mind, if you reflect back on that, is just the unbelievable chemistry that Boston club showed, through that whole series. And, it's been a long time, I think. I think of the Cardinals a few years ago, but this Boston team, just the fight that they had in them, and they kept battling. And, how can you leave out Ortiz and the kind of series that he had? I mean, he really carried that team, but they just didn't quit. And they played great defense and had great pitching. But, I think if you look back, it's kind of some interesting finishes to a few of those games in that World Series, which was very interesting. But probably something we won't see again in our lifetime, because that's just some interesting ways for those to end.
This past summer, as I've talked to you in the past, I had a chance to be embedded with the United States Marines in San Diego, so I had a chance to go see one of your guys and teammates, Eric Stoltz, who had a great year.
Yes.
For the San Diego Padres, a career high in wins. In addition to that, another guy who played for you here, and Justin Masterson, also a career high in wins. It was in the top 10 in a lot of the statistical categories.
Yes.
I know you have to feel very, very proud. I mean, there's not a lot of Division I baseball programs that have two guys playing in the major leagues.
Right.
But the Pilots program is very well represented.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. I mean, and again, we can't be more proud of those guys. And, I think the first and foremost is how they do it, how they handle themselves, and, representing Christ and what they're doing first and foremost. But you gotta tip your hat. I mean, you look at Eric, who's probably later in his career, 33 years old. Most guys are thinking about, okay, how much longer do I have left? And he just keeps coming back year after year. And then Justin, what a testament to his work ethic to come in this year and really, before he got injured, was, the dominant workhorse, an all-star. And just so happy for him, with the kind of year that he had. And it's just amazing to see how those guys are progressing through the major leagues.
All right, give us an idea on the progress of your recruiting with the baseball program. I know that it's always kind of a late thing going on, but you had a good fall. You had a chance to play over at Notre Dame against the Irish this year, and a really neat opportunity. So give us an idea how on the progress the baseball team's doing.
Well, you know what? I really thought we had a good fall. We have had a good number of freshmen come in this year, and I really thought we progressed well through the fall. Our veterans really took a nice leadership role. So I was really happy with our fall and getting to play at Notre Dame. What a great opportunity for our guys. I thought we played really well against them, and went in there and did some really good things. And it was just a great time. What a great experience for our guys there. Recruiting, we're right in the heart of recruiting right now for next year's class. And, we're in the midst of trying to get some guys shirted up right now and try to get them in as early as we can.
Well, I know it's been really special to have Evan Pulliam helping out here. I know he's applied to be a part of the United States Marine Corps Officer Training Program.
Absolutely.
There's only 50 of them from the country that are going to be taken in this year. He is the lone representative from the Hoosier State, and what a great opportunity for that. I mean, that's a testament to what this program has really developed, is the great kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And it couldn't happen to a better kid in Evan. You know as well as I do. He goes above and beyond to help everybody. But it's been a lifetime goal for him, and it appears that it's going to come true for him. We're proud of him. I've known Evan for a long time. I'm proud of him, and he's got his heart set on it, and we know he's going to do really good things. And I think the best thing about it, he just loves his country, and he can't wait to be a Marine. He is a Marine, and I've never seen him on this much cloud nine, and I'm just so happy for him.
Well, I know that feeling. That's certainly something very, very special when you put on that Eagle Globe and Anchor. Thanks, Coach, for
absolutely.
stopping by.
Thanks, Paul.
Once again, Seth Zartman joining us here at halftime. Our score 38-36 in favor of the visitors from Berrien Springs. We'll be back with more of our continuing coverage of Bethel College men's basketball right after this brief timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
And all was Benjamin Franklin wise. So you actually think electricity can pass through metal? Ha! Ben Franklin, go fly a kite.
Excellent idea. Where are my keys?
Besides the bifocals, Ben invented the Franklin stove, the odometer, oh, and the lightning rod. Ingenuity, pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can't. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings. So I can spend a little and still save. Visit TCUnet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
He wanted to be known for doing his best. His best made him Major League Baseball's most valuable player. He played in 6 World Series and was elected to the Hall of Fame. Although an honest man, he was best at stealing home. But the best quality of Jackie Robinson's life was his character. So here's to you, Mr. Robinson. Thanks for passing it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at Values.com.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. I'm Paul County on with Pat Doherty. Tiny County with the details. Brad Brinkley running the show up there in the catbird seat. We're glad that you could be a part of our broadcast here today. 38-36, Andrews. If you look back, in case you're just joining us here on our video cast, Andrews came out of the gates scorching hot, knocking down their first 3-point baskets, and the Pilots found themselves trailing 9-0 at the 17:40 mark before Patrick Edding got the Pilots on the board for the first time. Pilots actually battled back to take their one and only lead of the first half, and that was at 12-11. And then, of course, immediately after that, it was a couple of 3-point shots that catapulted that lead to 17-12. At the Andrews took a timeout at the 10:30 mark, and it was 20-16. And then the lead jumped up to 8 at 26-18 at the 8:24 mark. Pilots tried to battle and actually it closed that gap to 4 at 26-22 after a pair of free throws. Then the Cardinals once again went off and did their thing, and actually at one point in time had a 6-point lead at the 2:14 mark before the Pilots rallied down the stretch to close the gap to where we're at right now at 38-36. Let's go on over to Pat Doherty with our first half stats here in today's game. Our stats presented in part by our friends at the Gates Automotive Group.
So we'll start out first with Andrews University. Junior Orlis, 3 of 5 from the field, 3 of 4 from long range for a total of 9 points, 1 foul and 2 steals. Kenny DuPont, 1 of 2 from the field. He had 2 rebounds, 3 fouls, 2 points, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Matthew Little, 3 of 6 from the field. All of those 3-pointers, he was 3 of 6 from long range, 9 points, 2 fouls, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals, along with 4 assists in the first half. Tyler Woldridge, 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 5 from long range. He was 1 of 2 at the charity stripe. He had 2 rebounds, 9 points, 2 fouls, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Clifford Allen, 1 of 1 from the field. He had a rebound, 1 foul, 2 points, and 2 steals. Robert Moon was 0 for 1 from the field. He did have 1 rebound as well as 2 fouls. Brandon Von Dorpowski was 1 of 1 from the field, that being a long-range 3-pointer. He was also 2 of 2 at the charity stripe. 5 points for him in the first half. And Andrew Simpson, 1 of 1 for the field with 2 points. For the Bethel College Pilots, Landon Booker was 0 for 2 from the field. He did have a rebound, 2 assists, and a steal, and 1 foul. Matt Schaus, 2 of 3 from the field, 0 for 1 from the charity stripe. He had a rebound, 5 points, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Zach Miller, 4 of 7, 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 at the charity stripe. He led the Pilots with 12 points in the first half, 1 rebound, as well as a steal. Ryan Benner, 1 of 6 from the field, 0 for 2 from long range, 6 of 8 at the charity stripe. He had 8 rebounds, 4 offensive and 4 defensive to go along with 8 points and a steal. Pat Edding, 2 of 2 from the field. He was 0 for 2 from the charity. He was 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. He had 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 fouls, and a steal. Travis Smith, 0 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 from long range. He hit 1 of 2 free throw attempts for a point and a steal. Caleb Ochin, 1 of 1 from the field, 2 points and a rebound. Brandon Gerber had a rebound and a foul. Michael Mislin was 1 of 1 from the field for 2 points. He had 2 rebounds and a foul. And Ryan Wasnick was 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from long range. He did have 1 rebound and 1 steal in the first half.
I really like the way Ryan Wasink, the freshman from Hudsonville, Michigan, went to Unity Christian High School, has come out and played aggressive in his first few starts, or first few ball games as a collegiate, and likewise with Caleb Ochin. I think both of those guys have really stepped up to the forefront and played very, very formidable and not been intimidated by their their surroundings. We're glad that you can join us here. Our first half stats presented by the Gates Automotive Group.
Check out the new Gates Automotive Group location on State Road 23 in Granger. Gates of Granger is a full-service shop for all brands and models. With their state-of-the-art base paint and body shop, you can't go wrong when it's time for all your detailing work. At Gates of Granger, you can also see and buy the top 10 models of pre-owned cars, pickups, SUVs, and vans. The Gates Automotive Group celebrating 85 years of integrity.
We'll be back with our starting moments of our second half right after this. 38-36 Cardinals here at the intermission. Back with more right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
There's always a moment of truth where it's either put up or shut up. We were yelling our hearts out. Even in our weakness, even in our pain, we continued to push. I don't know where the pain went to, but all I know is that I had what it took. I am a United States Marine.
PFC Darrell Willis serves his country as a Marine. Will you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can't. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings. So I can spend a little and still save. Visit TCUnet.com to start owning your financial future.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. I'm Paul Condry. We're glad that you can be a part of our broadcast. And once again, we're just thrilled beyond belief to be able to bring you our video cast throughout the course of the year. And I know that those of you who are faithful fans of the Bethel College Pilots will appreciate it. And the just so you know, as we like to say in the office, just so you know, it's a lot different slowing down when you're doing the video cast than having to put your radio brain on when you've done radio. Sit back here with us and join us, if you will. Kind of give us an update. Mark Gardner, our normal play-by-play guy, our color commentator, is going to sit back here and join us for just a moment. We're going to get some thoughts here.
Well, I think, Paul, interesting enough here in the first half, shooting 9 of 16, 56% from beyond the arc for Andrews, a team that's only shooting 18% on the season so far.
Coach, give us an idea. I know that you're just coming in from your church duties and you didn't get a chance to see a lot of this, but what do you do when the team comes out and knocks down their first three-point shots, and the next thing you know, they go on a 7 3-point first half shooting barrage when you prepared for a team that shoots 18%?
Yeah, you know, Paul, this is a team that I'm probably more familiar with than the varsity coaches. So I was sitting in with them this morning talking about that this Andrews University team, I've coached against them for the last 5 years. They're disciplined, they're fundamental. I know they came in without a shooting, not known as shooters, but I'm looking at the stat sheet here for the first time, and Woolridge, Little, Orlis, those guys were all great shooters in the past. And so I'm not surprised by it without seeing the game. I'm assuming their defense is a tight 2-3 zone, but they cover so much ground. It's a team that I love to watch as a fan of the game. I hate to coach against them.
I hear you. All right, Coach.
All right,
thanks for stopping by. Coach will be back with us on Saturday. He's got junior varsity work, and of course he had as a youth pastor, assistant pastor, he was taking care of his pastoral duties on a Wednesday. We're glad that you could join us. I'm Paul Condry along with Pat Doherty, Tanya Connery, Brad Brinkley on the camera. Andrews moving from left to right, once again decked out black shorts, black jerseys, white numbers trimmed in red. They're moving from left to right on your screen. Bethel decked out with the white jerseys and the white shorts. Blue numbers trimmed in gray. On the floor for Bethel College, it's Booker, Schaus, Miller, Benner, and Edding. Three-point bomb on the far wing, off the rim, no good. Blandon Booker with a nice job inside, and a foul over the back called on Tyler Woolridge. On the floor for Andrews, it'll be Matthew Little, Kenny DuPont, Junior Orlis, and Clifford Allen, and that's a third foul right there. That's one of those fouls that you don't want to give if you're Andrews University.
No, and a great play by the 5'10" Landon Booker with the box out.
Book came into the ballgame averaging right around 3.3 rebounds per ballgame. Here's a lob inside. Ryan Benner on the alley-oop, and we are all tied up 38 all. That was a design play coming out of the halftime. You can bet your bottom dollar on that one. And here's a steal. Back the other way. Matt Schaus with a drive and a score. Pilots in front 40-38. First time in the half, second time in the ballgame. Matty with 7.
Great intensity coming out here in the second half.
With a basketball from left to right now. Matthew Little hands it out here on the perimeter to Woolridge. He dribbles to the right wing. Back out here to the top. Here's a jump shot on the way from 17. And it's good. Nicely done. Robert Moon. It's now a tie ball game at 40-40. Here's the three-point bomb. Zach Miller. Knock it down. 43-40. 18:37 to go. Second 20.
Bethel's knocked on their first 3 shots.
Tyler Woolridge dribbles to the far side. Stops. Booker tries to pick his pocket. And that's a moving screen on 25. Here's a three-point shot on the far wing. Good by Tyler Woolridge. And we're tied again. 43-all. Matt Schaus free throw line. Bounce past the Book on the right wing into the corner to Miller. Zach loads up the 3. Buries the 3. Zach Miller and fuego. 18:06 to go. Regulation. Pilots by 3.
Pilots have not missed a shot this second half.
With the ball out here on the near wing now, it's Woolridge on the dribble, cut off on the double team. Back to the far wing now, it's Orlis. Orlis thinking about the J. They've got Benner out there on the perimeter. He'll load up the 3 and knock it down. Oh my! A three-point shooting convention is broken out here at Bethel College. Here's a play by Benner inside, and he scores from the right block, 48-46. Pilots, 17:33 to go. And I can't keep up.
And that bucket by Benner was a great no-look pass by Matt Schaus.
Top of the ring now, Tyler Woolridge. Hedges off a screen now. He's one-on-one against Schaus. Now dribbles to the right side where he's picked up by Booker. Around the back. Here's a fadeaway shot. No good rebound. Matt Schaus directs it out here, but it's into the hands of one of the Cardinals. And then on the redirect, it's picked up by BC. Booker over here to Matt Schaus. Schaus over the timeline now to Zach Miller. Miller at the top. He fakes the tray, goes left side now, and they'll reset the offense here. 16:56 to go. Second half, Pilots by 2. Booker on the near wing. Comes out to Matty Schaus at the top. Looks for some help, goes left side now to Zach Miller. Now to the free throw line to Pat Edding. Pat surveys the situation, goes to the low post to Benner. He spins, it's tipped into the hands of Edding. Pat looking for some help and hands it to Benner. He drives and scores. 50-46. Bethel's biggest lead is on the board right now.
14 points for Ryan Benner, 6 in the second half.
Ball on the far side now. Tyler Woolridge guarded by Booker. Goes now here to the right elbow, now to Robert Moon. Moon looking to go back door, but comes back out to the top to Woolridge. Woolridge goes right side now to Little. Little guarded by Benner, and a foul called on Ryan Benner. And that'll be 3, I believe, on Ryan Benner. Am I wrong?
Yeah, that's Ryan Benner's first foul.
All right, my apologies.
Nope, first foul. Pat Edding's the one who has 2. Paul.
Okay, that's right. And Pat's going to the bench. Booker's going to the bench. And back into the ball game will be Michael Mislam. And also on the floor, number 5, Travis, the Pest Smith, as we affectionately call him. Here's the ball into the backcourt now. Now Junior Orlis over the timeline now into the forecourt. Throws it over here to Woolridge, and Woolridge runs the offense to Little on the left wing. Here's the drive cut off nicely as Woolridge was denied the dribble drive baseline. Here is a running one-hander. Shot no good. Rebound put up and in. Nicely done by Clifford Allen. 50-48. Here come the Pilots. Matt Schaus with a drive. Left it short. Matty got it back. Back out here to Zach Miller. Miller loads up the 24-footer. It's nothing but the bottom of the net. 53-48. BC. The 15:33 mark. The Pilots giving the Cardinals a taste of their own medicine.
Zach Miller now has 21 points, 6 3-pointers in the game, Paul.
Top of the ring now. Here's the drive. Moon shot blocked away inside. He got it back. He shoots with the right hand. Banks it up and in. Nice little lean in that time by Moon. 53-50. 15-11. Smith to the goal. He scores. 55-50. A barrage of points here.
And we got a final, Paul, in the Lady Pilots game against Roosevelt tonight. Roosevelt 100, Bethel Pilots 69.
Pilots a 55-50 lead. here at the 15:04 mark. The media timeout coming our way. 5-point Pilot lead. 15:04 to go in regulation. We'll be back right after this brief timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
You get to the top, get hooked in, and then you look over the edge. I was like, no way am I jumping off this tower. I'm staying right here. I'm like, am I ever going to be good enough to be a Marine? When it was all said and done, watching the car guard raise the American flag, I thought, I am a United States Marine.
PFC Keith Palka knows you don't join the Marines, you become one. Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Back live here to Bethel College. Brad, I hope you got the Wackos over there doing the row. It's always one of the highlights when the Wackos get together over there. We're glad that you can join us here on our broadcast from the Y Camp Athletic Center. Boy, a tough luck for Jody Martinez and the Lady Pilots. A 100-69 shellacking on the road in Chicago tonight. That evens their card at 2-2. A very, very young basketball team. We'll be seeing a lot of them. All right, 15:04 to go in regulations. Ryan Wasink, Matt Schaus, along with Michael Mislin, Zach Miller, and Travis Smith are on the floor for the Pilots coming out of the media timeout. Andrews University will come back with Robert Moon, Clifford Allen, Junior Orlis, Tyler Woldridge, and the other All-American, Matthew Little.
Paul, I don't have the Pilots missing a shot here in the second half. In the first 5 minutes, 8 for 8 from the field, including those 3 huge three-pointers by Zach Miller.
And that's the reason they have a 5-point advantage. Their biggest lead is sitting on the score sheet. And I was screened out of the way here, Pat. So
that was a great play by Travis Smith. He knocked the ball off of Tyler Woldridge and went out of bounds. It's going to be a Pilots ball.
The Pilots moving from right to left on your screen here in the second 20. Michael Mislin comes out to Matt Schaus at the point. Matt fakes, reverses it to Zach on the right wing. Back to Matt Schaus at the point. Left side now to Travis Smith. Much better ball movement by the Pilots and much better movement off the ball against the matchup zone. Here's a pass inside to Miz. Miz drives, shoots, scores with the left hand. 57-50. Pilots have got their biggest lead on the board on the Michael Mislin deuce.
4 points for Miz.
With the basketball over the timeline now, Matt Little. In between the rings, guarded by Matt Schaus. Hands it off now here to the top, now to Woldridge. Woldridge one-on-one with Travis Smith. Dribbles to the right side where he hands it off now to Orlis. He'll load up the triple. Matt Schaus, the weak side rebound. Matt trying to push the action, does so to Zach Miller. Miller puts on the brakes on a wraparound play on Orlis on the foul. Good call by the official.
It's going to be Orlis' second foul, team second here in the second half.
14-16 to go here in regulation. Bethel has its biggest lead at 57-50. Matt Schaus, who took a pretty big hit to the right eye in the first half, had to go in for some treatment. And here is Zach Miller at the top of the ring now. Looking over the zone defense, goes left side to Travis Smith. Travis drives, cut off, looks for some help. He's double teamed. Slapped out of his hands. Off balance, crazy shot by Travis. Still good. Tipped up. Wasink, the fadeaway. No. Rebound. Finally ripped out of there by Robert Moon of Andrews. I'm telling you what, Matthew Little is gassed. He has the basketball here in between the rings. He is sucking dirty pond water. You can tell it. The next thing he got hit in the mouth, too. Here is Tyler Woldridge with a running one-hander. Travis with a great play defensively to contest the shot. Miss with the rebound, and here come the Pilots from right to left on your screen. Matt with the drive, running one-hander and trapped. He left it short. Rebound, Matt to the goal, and he's fouled on the follow. A completely different Bethel team in the second 20 than we saw in the first 20.
Fouls on Clifford Allen, his second foul, team's third.
Pilots playing with a tremendous amount of injury. It's like Zach Miller's going to be coming out of the ball game now as Matt Schaus goes to the line. 13:29 to go. Matt knocks it down. Pilots lead 58-50. This ball game was right down to the wire a year ago up at Andrews University before the Pilots prevailed. 8 now for Matt, and including a nice whelp on the right eye. 59-50. Bethel by 9 as Matt Schaus is able to knock down a pair.
And Schaus will come out. Ochin will come in, as well as Ryan Benner checked in.
So it's Ochin, Wasink, Benner, Smith, and Mislin on the floor for the Pilots. Here come the Cardinals from left to right on your screen. Tyler Woldridge through the leg dribble as he comes across the center court line now. Now on the left wing, goes left elbow now to Moon. Moon hands it off now to Orlis. He spins. He goes out to the three-point area where he hands it out here to the top to Woldridge. Woldridge drives down the lane. He scores and he is fouled.
Yeah, that was a good call.
Nice drive.
Yeah, Miz moves his feet at the last second there.
Miz a day late and $1 short on that one on the rotation. And he'll try to get the old-fashioned three-point play, and that is one of those point of emphasis things right there. They're going to give that to the man on offense every time when you're underneath that circle there. As Woldridge, a 62% free throw shooter, converts the old-fashioned three-point play, and the Pilots are 59-53 advantage. Smith with the ball on the near wing now. Comes back out to Ochin at the top. Now he's in between the rings. Goes left side now to Benner. Left corner now to Mislin. Michael Mislin looking for some help. Splits the double team, and now they're going to say it's a travel. Miz needs to get the ball out here on the near wing. He got caught in no man's land where they can use the sideline and the end line as a defender. Tyler Woldridge, one-on-one against Travis Smith as he comes across the timeline now here into the forecourt. Landon Booker is coming in at the next dead ball. Wrap around to the high post now to Cliff Allen. Back out here to Woldridge. He loads up the triple, and that's an air ball. And he'll get the Bronx cheer from the Y-Camp Wackos on the far side. Brandon Gerber checks into the contest now. Wasink will get a blow. Also, Travis Smith will grab some pine, and Booker comes back into the contest now. So Ochin on the slow walk will come over the timeline now. Caleb Ochin. He goes, there's a lob inside to Gerber for the dunk off the alley-oop pass from Landon Booker. Pilots lead at 61-53. What a pass by Buck.
Gerber's first 2 points of the game.
Timeout on the floor. What a pass by Landon Booker. And the Pilots, as Andrews is going to take a timeout. 12:10 to go in regulation. We'll be back right after this brief timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can't. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings. So I can spend a little and still save. Visit tcunet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Back live here. The garbage can treatment now for the Y-Camp Wackos on the far side. Let's listen in. They're having a good time here in the Mishawaka campus, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're enjoying the telecast out there. I'm Paul Condry along with Pat Doherty. The Pilots have jumped out to a 61-53 advantage. What a pass by Brandon Gerber. Or by Landon Booker to Brandon Gerber. And that one, when Landon's in the office tomorrow, that will be the high five of the day. Kenny DuPont's going to check into the ball game now for Robert Moon. And he'll trigger the inbounds.
Hey guys,
29 on the shot clock. 12:10 on the game clock is what our officials have told us here. Don't forget, Pat and I will be back with you again tomorrow here as the Pilots will take on Great Lakes Christian. And then, of course, back on Saturday. Pat, if you look straight ahead, you can see how tired Andrews is already as Tyler Woldridge is leaned over with his hands on his knees.
And that's one of the things, too, the depth of this Bethel team being able to switch guys in and out and really not losing a beat, especially here in the second half.
Woldridge over the timeline now goes to Matt Little. Little goes back to Woldridge as they interchange over there. At the top of the ring now, Woldridge hands it off to Little. Little on the drive. He traveled. Throws up a prayer. It's not answered. And here comes BC. Here's Ryan Benner over the timeline now. Oh, he is hammered. Ryan Benner just took it strong to the rack. And the warning against Tyler Woolridge.
That's his 4th foul, team's 4th of the second half.
Woolridge asks us, how could you call that on me?
It could have been called on Matthew Little.
Could have been called on 4 different Andrews players. Robert Moon, who it couldn't have been called on because he was on the Pines, is now into the ballgame. And the All-American Tyler Woolridge from Bakersfield, California, will come to the bench. Here's Landon Booker at the top. Now here to Ochin. Ochin loads up the triple and knocks it down. Caleb Ochin. How about that? The product of Horizon Christian High School and hometown of McCordsville, knocking it down. 64-53 BC. DuPont in between the rings, pass now to Matt Little. He's hawked out there by Ryan Benner. And Benner nearly comes away with the pickpocket. Here's Little, hesitation dribble. Loads up the 18-footer and knocks it down. 64-55, 11:15 to go in the second 20. Ryan Benner at the top of the ring now. Goes inside to the high post to Gerber to the right side now to Ochin. Ochin for 3, off the iron, no good. And a foul called on Kenny DuPont on the box out.
That's going to be 4 on DuPont as well, Paul. 5 here in the second half for the Andrews University Cardinals.
Caleb Ochin in high school averaged 23.5 points a game, 5.8 rebounds, 5.2 assists, 4.6 steals per game, 2,239 career points. His high school record, 93-22, including a 52 spot against Traders Point Christian Academy in November of 2011. And he's able to knock down the free throw. The second one
is going to rattle out. He's got 6 points tonight. He'll get a third, though, because he got fouled shooting a three-pointer in the deep corner there.
65-55. Pilots hoping to extend their advantage here now with another Ochin opportunity. Caleb so far on the season with a solid effort there. It's 66-55. Pilots by 11. 11-1 to go in regulation. Moon with the basketball, double team to the backcourt. Goes over here to DuPont, and a timeout, Andrews University. Head coach David Jardine is going to take a timeout. We're going to keep it right here and thank our wonderful friends, the Gates Automotive Group. And I want to point out that Tanya Connery and I put our money where our mouth was at. We bought our RAV4 from Gates Chevy, and we bought our RAV4 from Gates Toyota, and we bought our HHR from Gates Chevy. We believe in the Gates promise of fairness and integrity.
The Gates Automotive Group has been serving Michiana for over 85 years. The Gates promise of fairness, honesty, and integrity can be seen each day at Gates Downtown, Gates Chevy World in Mishawaka, Gates Toyota Scion in South Bend, Gates Ireland Road, and Gates of Granger. For 85 years, the Gates dealership has been providing great growth opportunities for all its employees. If you are interested in becoming one of our team members, stop by our family-owned and operated businesses. For more information on Gates Automotive Group, check out the website at www.gatesautomotive.com.
All right, Ryan Boyer and Drew Schaus manning the clock and the scoring here today at the center court area. Matt Little over the timeline now. Into the forecourt. Loads up the jump shot from 19, no good. The rebound comes along to Ochin. Ochin pushing the ball up, driving, shooting, scoring. 68-55. He's a special young man, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I tell you what, he got into transition mode there, and he just took it to the rack.
9 points for him, Paul. 7 coming in the second half.
Orlis over the timeline now, where he's double teamed. Comes back out to the point now to DuPont. DuPont goes inside, knocked away by Michael Mislin. Mislin like a big defensive end, getting the hands up when the quarterback was going to throw it away. Ochin left side to Booker. Booker hedges off a screen, looking for some help. Waits for a cutter, taps it over here to Ochin. Ochin gives it up here to Booker, swings it right side now to Benner. Benner into the right baseline now to Mislin, and he's hit in the face. Kenny DuPont hit him in the face. I don't know what he's...
I have 5 for Kenny DuPont.
He's got this look on his face of total disbelief. Well, you hit him upside the noggin.
That's 5 on Kenny DuPont.
So he fouls out with 10:03 to go.
6 for Andrews here in the second half. Checking in will be Andrew Simpson.
Simpson, and DuPont finishes the ball game with 2 points. He came into today's action averaging 5 points and 6 rebounds. Here's a lob inside Gerber. Hey, he's double teamed on the inbounds. Throws it out here to Ryan Benner. Should have been a traveling call on Brandon Gerber. Left side now, Ochin. Back out here to Benner at the top. Benner surveying that 2-3 zone defense. Back out here now to Booker. Look at the battle inside. Here's Book driving. Had a shot packed away, but Gerber saves it. Back out here to Benner. He loads up the three. Knocking it down. 71-55 Bethel. Ryan Benner with a three-point dagger.
He's got 17 points, Paul.
Over the timeline now, Matt Little, and he's fouled by Ryan Benner on the hand check.
That'll be Benner's second foul, team's third. But, Paul, how about the ball movement of the Bethel Pilots here in the second half? A lot better than the first.
Well, I think one of the things that, and I was not concerned at all in the beginning, other than the fact that the Pilots' free throw shooting just drives me up a wall. It's hard to simulate something in practice.
Exactly.
I used the analogy on the pregame show, Pat, about if you're playing Navy or Air Force, you cannot simulate what you're trying to do against their offense because your defense never plays it. And it's an impossible situation. Three-point bomb by Junior Orlis is no good, and the Pilots will move from right to left. And I'm saying this because the Pilots, you can't simulate this 2-3 zone matchup, especially with their quickness. And that was my point. I knew the Pilots would make the adjustments. Zach Miller from Booker. Three on the way. Kaboom! 74-55. Zach Miller with 8:46 to go. Knock it down.
24 points for Miller. He ties a career-high 7 3-pointers in the game.
And Landon Booker over there with the White Camp Wackos. Diving on the floor for the loose ball.
Tell you what, this Pilot team is fun to watch, Paul.
You got that right. Truer words have never been spoken on a regional radio sports broadcast than that.
Kids just work hard and they really get after it. And one of the things too is the adjustments they've made here in the second half. You talk about you can't simulate it, but they went back in the locker room, they broke things down, they came back here with a game plan, and it's definitely worked.
The White Camp Wackos having some good times over there. Wooldridge checks back into the contest now for Andrews. He's playing with 4.
Yep, 4 fouls here. It'll be interesting to see.
With the basketball in the backcourt now is Wooldridge, and he'll walk it over the timeline. Now should be well rested after that rest. He hands it off now here to Clifford Allen. Allen, ball's on the floor. And coming to the rescue is Simpson. Now back to the point now, Orlis. 14 on the shot clock. Orlis on the dribble. Drives. Nice help side defense by Brandon Gerber. And here is Zach Miller up quickly to Benner. That was made by Brandon Gerber. Here is Benner to the goal, left it short, tipped up, and into the hands of Robert Moon. Moon will push it up here to Orlis. Orlis knocked away from behind by Brandon Gerber. Booker, and he is driving. Bounce pass here to the near side. Pilots lost control. But what a play by Brandon Gerber.
I'll tell you what.
The full-out dive, a.k.a. Greg Laganus on the dive. Give him a 9.
He's been playing a heck of a ball game tonight. It's one of the best games I've seen Brandon Gerber play here in my 2 years watching Bethel Pilot basketball.
Timeout Paul Condry, I think. No, there's not. No media timeout yet. What's the call? I don't think.
They're going to take a media timeout. He pointed to himself.
Yeah, all right, media timeout is ours. 74-55, 7:59 to go. We'll be no. Yes.
Maybe.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Yes, he's putting the team to the media timeout ball.
All right, here we go. We're doing our best here, folks. It's early in the season for everyone. 74-55 Pilots. We want to thank our friends at the Gates Automotive Group for making it happen here today. We love you, Bill, Larry, Joel. You guys rock.
Did you know that the Gates Automotive is the #1 selling of pre-owned vehicles in Michiana? Gates sells more, which means Gates can give you more for your trade-in. Stop by any of the Gates Automotive locations at Gatestown Down, Gates Chevy World Mishawaka, Gates Toyota Scion South Bend, Gates Ireland Road, and Gates of Granger. The Gates Automotive Group has been serving Michiana for over 85 years.
Coach Gardner jumping in to show some commentary. Coach, the Pilots have made the adjustments and come out and play with a lot of energy. And I made the correlation. It was like watching somebody to try to adjust to the Navy offense. It's hard to understand that because you can't simulate that in practice. Well, the Pilots did what they needed to do in the first half. They kind of stood around and didn't do the things they needed to do. But here in the second half, they have made the adjustments.
Yeah, they've made the adjustments, and when you shoot the way they've shot the second half, dropping threes makes everything better. But yeah, it's one of those things that you can prepare them and tell them Andrews is going to do this, but until you actually get out here and compete against it, it's different. So great energy by the Pilots on both ends of the floor, and Andrews with foul trouble.
Here's Zach Miller knocking it away. And over the timeline now is Moon. And a steal by Mott, who just came into the ballgame now. Great defensive effort in the second 20 by the Pilots. Booker right side now to Miller. Zach on the dribble, looking for someone. Goes, ball's deflected out here. Nicely done. Here's a pass inside to Mott. Oh, and he missed the bunny. And then a foul by Mott. Oh, those are opportunities, Coach Gardner, you got to knock down.
Yeah, that's one of those. Great look by Booker, and Mott just lost the ball, trying to go up with the left hand there.
That's an assist killer for sure.
Absolutely. And Paul, we've talked all year about the Pilots' depth. Andrews, like we saw against Madonna, not a real deep bench, and so once they start going to the bench, things change quickly. So
once again, we're glad that Coach could join us. And our score's 74-55. The Pilots, just keep in mind, at the 16-25 mark, Bethel had a 4-point advantage. And here we are at 7:20 and counting at 74-55. Moon, right elbow, goes to the top now. Here to Little on the drive, off balance, 12-footer in the lane, no good. Mott the rebound. Nice play by Jared on the defensive end. Booker pushing it up. Booker hands it off now here to Ryan Benner. Benner looking, goes to Book in the corner. Book looking for some help, comes back to Benner on the near wing. Ryan looking, bounces it out here to Zach Miller. His three, no good. Benner tracks down the rebound. Oh, and Orlis comes out of nowhere to steal it. And here comes Andrews. From left to right, Woldridge over the timeline, now into the forecourt. Cross court to Junior Orlis. Orlis with the jump pass out here. 3-point shot on the way by Moon, no good. Rebound. Jared Ott up court quickly, Landon Booker up the left sideline. Book here puts on the brakes near wing. Looking for some help, comes out to Miller, swings it right side now to Benner. Benner inside to Mott, and he threw it away. And I believe it was an Andrews player, it was Cliff Allen, who comes up Little Lane.
Yeah, it looks like he might have rolled an ankle there, Paul. Coming in for him, Andrew Simpson.
Matt Schaus checks back into the contest now, and also back into the lineup for Andrews is Andrew Simpson. Here's Zach Miller on the near wing. Now to the free throw line. Mott turns and goes right side now to Matt. Matt cross-courts it into the corner now. Here's Zach on the drive, pull up 14-footer, and a hand check called on Matthew Little, the Berrien Springs High School product. That's his third.
Team seventh.
And at the charity stripe, Zach Miller, 22, is at the line.
He's got 24 points tonight, tied a career high, 7 3-pointers, 4 of them coming in the second half.
And Miller's free throw is good. Bethel has its biggest lead of the contest now at 75-55.
And Paul, he's closing in on a career high 30 points. He's at 25 now.
Gerber will come into the ball game now, and Michael Mislin will get a blow.
How about the play of Brandon Gerber tonight? Phenomenal.
Been all over the floor in regards to the hustle plays. But Landon Booker, I tell you what, once again, we keep singing the praises. Book, just doing all the little things. May not be putting a lot of points in the scorebook, but boy, he does all the little things. Miller with one more opportunity. And at the 6:23 mark, Bethel has their largest lead of the contest at 76-55.
26 points for Zach Miller.
From left to right, here comes Matthew Little. He surveys the situation, goes around the back, comes back out to the point now to Woolridge. Woolridge backs it out of harm's way and goes to the left side wing now to Robert Moon. Moon on the drive, hesitates, cut off, throws up a right-handed hook, and scores. Unconventional, but all that matters is that it goes in. 5:57 to go. Matt Schaus with the drive. Oh, and he threw it away.
For a second there, I think he thought Ryan Lightfoot was back playing at Bethel. He threw it right to Brian Lightfoot's lap.
Ryan has done a great job individually. We talked with Landon in the office, and he talked about the little things that Ryan Lightfoot has taught him in their individual sessions. With the basketball here on the right wing now, Tyler Woldridge. Cut off on the dribble drive baseline right. Comes back out to the top now. Now they go left side in the wing. Here's Little with a three-point bomb. Good. 76-60. 5:32 to go. Zach Miller right wing. Back out to Matt Schaus at the point. Free throw line, Gerber. Jump pass inside, deflected around. Nice job on the double. And Coach Lightfoot says, Brandon, shoot the ball. They got a wide open 15-footer. That's an easy one to knock down. I think that's the point. Here's Wooldridge. Pull up 19-footer off the front of the iron. No good. Zach Miller the rebound. Up court quickly to Matt Schaus as he streaks up the right sideline. Now Matt drives on the right side of the lane. He lost the handle on it. Up court quickly. On the breakout, here's Tyler Wooldridge. Driving. Shot goes in. 76-62. 5 unanswered. Now for the Cardinals. Matt Schaus comes across the screen. Bounce pass there to the near wing. Now to Travis Smith. Smith goes into the corner. Now to Gerber. Gerber looking. Comes back to Matt Schaus here at the point. Matt goes back left side. Now to Miller. Miller looking for some help. Comes back to Matt at the top. 16 on the shot clock. Here's Matt Schaus at the top of the ring now. Looking for some help. Fakes the pass. Still on the dribble. Still on the dribble. Cross courts it now to Zach. Zach loads up the 26-footer, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net. 79. There it is. The career high for number 22. 8 3-point bombs in one game.
He's got 29 in the game, Paul.
79-62 Bethel. 29 points now for number 22. Ball will Tyler Wooldridge handing it off now to Little. He'll load up the triple. No good. Brandon Gerber the rebound. Up court quickly. Oh, he throws it away. Back the other way. Here's Wooldridge. He loads up the triple off the iron. Matt Schaus the rebound for the Pilots. Matt looking up court quickly. Finds Mott and the ball's knocked away. And Mott is knocked into the cheerleaders.
That was a great hustle by Tyler Wooldridge of the Andrews University Cardinals, getting back after missing that 3-point bucket.
Pardon, the Pilots en route to their 4th victory in 4 attempts will be at home again tomorrow against Great Lakes Christian. Same broadcast time. Stay tuned for all of the details. And with 3:47 to go, our officials will come over here to the near side, and
they're putting 31 on the shot clock.
And to inbound the basketball will be Caleb Ochin to the left of the lane. And here's a jump shot from Zach Miller in the corner. I got to say it again. Kaboom! 82-62. Here's a drive inside now. Simpson. 9 3-point baskets. The ball on the near wing. Here is Travis Smith. Ochin. Now here to Smith. Over here to Miller. Inside now to Gerber. Gerber back out here to Travis Smith. 3-point shot in the way. Good. Travis Smith knocks it down. 85-62. 3:08 to go. As Travis knocks down the 3-point bomb. Travis with only his 3rd of the season. Andrews takes the timeout. 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go. We'll be right back after this brief timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Back here to Bethel College, Zach Miller. 1 3-point basket shy of the all-time Bethel record, held by the great Ryan Bales. And a career high night for number 22, the pride of Connorsville, Indiana.
He bests his career high in points in game at 30. He bests it now. He's already got 32 with 3 minutes left to go in the ball game.
We'll get some thoughts from Zach in the post-game show. And certainly that will be something worth visiting about. 3:02 to go in regulation. 85-62 our score. On the floor, Edding along with Gerber, Caleb Ochin, Travis Smith, and Ryan Wasink. Andrews basketball now here. Top of the ring now. Wooldridge going into the corner. Three-point shot on the way, no good. On the offering that time by Brendan Von Dorpowski. Travis Smith jump pass over here to Wasink. Wasink drives, banks it up. No, tipped up by Pat Edding. He couldn't get it to go. And finally tracking it down is Gerber. And Gerber throws it into the Andrews bench. Nicely played over here by Michael Pallas, the longtime assistant at Andrews. And to inbound the basketball to my right, Andrews Academy product, Robert Moon, right in front of me now.
And checking into the game for the first time tonight, Keith Cochran, a 7-foot sophomore, checking in for Pat Edding.
Cochran getting some playing time now, the big man. There's the ball thrown into the backcourt. Travis Smith never making it easy on the opponents. Ball on the far wing now. Von Dorpowski on the drive with a one-hander and a foul whistled on Bethel. I believe they're going to call that one
on Ryan Wasink.
Wasink from Unity Christian High School. Keith Cochran did his prep work at Bluffton High School. Averaged 10.6, 8.9 rebounds as a high schooler. And a free throw is no good. And the frustrations for the Cardinals continue. Now checking into the contest now will be Prentice Sorrells, who did his pre-college work at Oakwood Academy in Harvest, Alabama. 1 of 2 at the trip that time now. 85-62 is coming out of the ballgame now is Matt Little. With a basketball, Bethel on a half-court set at the 2:20 mark with an 85-63 lead. Here's Wasink inside to Gerber, over here to Ochin. Ochin on the drive, running one-hander, banks it up and in. 87-62. Ryan Wasink with 2:08 to go.
That's 11 points for Ochin.
And a great start for him in his career, as they alluded to. Both these freshmen have played very, very well. With the ball right wing now, Wooldridge, the All-American. Backs it out, guarded by Wasink. Goes out to the top now here to Robert Moon. Ball's deflected right into the hands of Pat Doherty, showing a cat-like quick play. Oh, my. I hope you got that on camera. The former third baseman for the Concord Minutemen. What stellar play. Says Zartman he has 1 year of eligibility left. Oh, my.
I told Coach that today. He said, hey, if you can come out and pitch, I'll take you.
Tyler Wooldridge will load up the three-point bomb. It's a brick, and the rebound, Wasink for Bethel. Up court quickly to Ochin. He pushes the issue. Left side now in the corner to Travis. Travis on the drive. In traffic, throws up a prayer. Not answered. Andrew Simpson the rebound for Andrews. Andrew up court quickly now here to Moon. Moon on the drive. And he is fouled that time by Cochran.
I think they're going to get Brandon Gerber on that one.
As David Jardine is going to send in his reserves now.
Brandon Gerber will get called on the foul. His second, team 6th.
And they'll have to get the warm-off. Well, number 2, Gabriel Pekchin, from a 5'7", 140-pound freshman from Saline High School. As the free throw was good. 87-64, our score. The Pilots, an impressive second half and absolutely taking you out to the woodshed performance, and it was. They were dominant in the second 20. They'll win a lot of basketball games when they shoot like that, I guarantee you. But then most teams would. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Matt, here's Ochin, top of the ring now. Dribbles to the right wing, lobs it inside now to Wasink, and the alley-oop goes awry.
It looked like he was passing to the rim.
It almost went in on the alley-oop, too.
Close.
Beckton with the basketball. Goes down to the top now to Simpson. Simpson right side now here to Moon. Now to Beckton. He drives baseline. Throws it out here to the free throw line. Now quickly out to the right side of Moon. His jump shot from no good is out there, no good. Wasink tips it into the hands of Cochran. Now over here, Travis Smith. Oh, great play that time by Gabriel Beckton to knock it away. That one nearly took the official's head off that time. That's the kind that tell you what, you don't need to go to the barber in the morning. That one shaves everything off. And then in my case, the barber, what's that? That's 30 years in the making, ladies and gentlemen. Ball on the near wing now. Here's Travis Smith with a shot banked up, no good. Rebound, Andrew Simpson for Andrews University. We're inside 30 to go. Beckton going to play for one shot here. He's on the dribble. Travis Smith, oh, and he knocked it out. And into the backcourt now. And
look
at Travis Smith, ball hawking, and he finally comes up with a foul. Travis Smith, you got to love the way he plays. He plays 100% all the time. That's a second foul.
Paul, you call him the best, and that's what other teams think of him when he gets up on you on defense. I'll tell you what, Gabriel Beckton almost didn't know what to do with Travis Smith that time.
And he is a pest, and I say that so affectionately because, I mean, everybody in the world would want a guy like Travis Smith on their team. Here's Travis with a basketball, driving baseline, off-balance shot, no good, and a foul call. And Travis is going to earn a trip to the charity stripe, where he has improved dramatically. He worked on that in the summer. And give him all the credit in the world. And you put in the work. You got to love guys who put in the work. And what a transformation he has turned himself into. The free throw is good. 88 to 65.
He's a crowd favorite here. The crowd going nuts as he knocked that free throw down.
All right, a year ago, Travis, his best game at the line was 5 of 8, and that's going to do it. 89-65, the Bethel Pilots with a win here tonight. Once again, we're glad that you can join us here. The Pilots run away in high. They are 4-0 on the campaign. Andrews loses its first contest of the season. An impressive performed by the Bethel men's basketball program here today at home against the visitors from Berrien Springs. Really a record-setting performance for Zach Miller, and we'll get some thoughts from Zach here in the post-game show. Thanks for joining us here on Regional Radio Sports for our broadcast, and we'll get some thoughts here from Zach Miller, who will join us here. All right, buddy. First of all, congratulations on a great win. Let's turn that microphone up so we can hear you. Look right up here at the camera. Record-setting performance for you, points-wise, and from downtown. Tell us about it. You really got into that groove in that second 20.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of guys, who can penetrate, kick, Book, Matt, and Trav. They were just driving. There was a lot of openings. They were doing a good job of finding me, and I've been struggling at the beginning of the year just to get in my, get my rhythm, getting the continuity of things. But it's good to finally get the confidence up tonight.
A lot of people don't know that you bumped your head. You got a little bit of a concussion, and you had to sit out for 12 days. And it's hard to get your legs back. It really, really is. And it's just a matter of getting some of those reps and stuff in practice. Is this not true?
It really was. It was like right at a crucial time, when we were going through kind of a lot of conditioning, defensive stuff, and I had to just stand on the sidelines. So it took me a couple extra weeks to get back, but I feel like I'm getting there.
I said throughout the course of the broadcast, when you play against the 2-3 matchup zone defense, you guys cannot simulate that in practice. So when they came out and knocked the shots out early, you guys offensively were really kind of out of sync.
Yeah.
But you got into the groove. What was really clicked?
Well, I think we just had to adjust. They run a 2-3 every game. They know what they're doing. They're solid at it. We had to get the ball inside out. We were just passing around the top, and doing that, you're not going to get many good looks. So.
Well, congratulations. A great win here today. Congratulations on the career high. Zach Miller, our player of the ball game there, a sensational performance. Once again, the Pilots win the ball game here today in convincing fashion, 89-65. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back with more Bethel College men's basketball. Pilots now 4-0 on the season. Game coming up tomorrow with Great Lakes Christian University right here at the Gates Gymnasium. We'll be right back after this 2-minute timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
The entire world watched. They watched each step down the rungs of that small ladder, one after another. and waited with great anticipation for that last step.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
At that moment, humanity saw the impossible become the possible, and today the sky is not the limit. Achievement. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Pat Doherty, broadcasting live from the Y Camp Athletic Center at the Gates Gymnasium. Pilots run away and hide in the second 20, an 89-65 winner. Taking a look at our team numbers, first of all for Andrews, the Cardinals 23 of 54 from the field, 12 of 30 from beyond the arc, 7 of 10 at the charity stripe, 20 rebounds, 18 personal fouls, 9 assists, 20 turnovers, 2 block shots, and 12 steals. Now Bethel, conversely, 29 of 57 from the field for a 50% shooting range. Pilots 12 of 20 from beyond the arc, 60% as they really turned it on there. At the charity stripe, Pilots not too bad, 19 of 24, 79%. Pilots out-rebounding Andrews. Here's the big number, 43 to 20. Big advantage on the boards. Pilots with 13 fouls, ended up with 22 helpers, 20 turnovers, 1 block shot, and 16 steals on the night. So if you look at the ability, Pat Doherty, the Pilots not only to distribute the basketball, but really make an impact in regards to the rebounding. When you out-rebound somebody by 23 rebounds in a game, that is a dominating performance.
Well, when you look at it, Paul, 9 assists for Matt Schaus. He really turned it on after getting hit. It's one of those things, unselfish basketball comes to mind when I think about this Bethel team. They saw Zach Miller had the hot hand, 9 of 10 from beyond the arc in the second half. All of those shots for Zach Miller. When you got a guy that's shooting that well, you keep giving him the ball. Landon Booker with 6 assists as well. We've talked about it throughout the game. Both guys with their unselfish style of play when they realize somebody else is really hot, is going to be knocking on the shots. And then Brandon Gerber tonight really on – especially in the second half, turned it on, knocking down the rebounds as well. Michael Mislin, you talked about him in the pregame. He had to step it up tonight. One of the other guys who I thought really played well, especially in the second half. And you talk about halftime changes, they come back out, and obviously a completely different team. They knocked down their first 8 shots in the second half, and really that spring-loaded him here in this 89-65 win.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to come back with our final totals. Once again, Pilots run away and hide. Scoreboard tells the stories, ladies and gentlemen. 89-65. We'll be right back after this brief timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
And it's me, Sarah.
Hop in
I
over
just
there.
got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can't. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings, so I can spend a little and still save. Visit tcunet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness. From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today, or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all, the few, the proud, the Marines.
Back live to our broadcast location at the Gates Gymnasium. Paul Condry along with Pat Doherty, joined by Bethel College assistant men's basketball coach Tony Vitale. And Tony, we saw the Pilots come out. You got to learn to grow into playing against this 2-3 matchup zone. And when they came out and knocked down three-point baskets to get the party started, you knew that, okay, they're here to play. They're going to play. They're going to bring their A game. Pilots kind of settled into that. That first 20 was just kind of a learning experience. after you made the halftime adjustments. Oh, my.
Yeah.
Lit it up.
We're ready to get past those learning experiences in the first half and come out and play the way we did in the second half. But, yeah, they hit some tough shots too, Paul, in the first half. They hit 9 threes, and I'd say 7 of those were contested pretty well. And we told our guys at halftime that they couldn't continue to shoot the ball like that as long as we contested shots. And I think they hit 3 in the second half. So we just got to stick with the game plan, know what works for us, and then go from there.
Well, obviously, we knew going in that was Zach's concussion early on, that he was slowed out. He didn't get a chance to practice for about 12 days. So he's been hadn't had that, quote unquote, the shooting legs, if you will. And for his offensive prowess, it's all about legs, as well as I do. That's what makes those shooters go. Everybody talks about release point. Everybody knows that shooting's all in the legs.
Yeah.
Well, he's got his legs now, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And him missing the 12 days you talked about has hurt him conditioning-wise as well.
Right.
And then Ryan Benner's in the same situation. He missed some days early on. So we're getting around. We're getting ourselves into game shape. We're not quite there yet, but we just got to take one game and one day at a time.
Team a little banged up. They got a little dink here, a little dink there, like most teams at this stage, but you're going to have to fight through those. So just give us an idea as you look at all the hustle plays tonight. We saw Travis Smith and Brandon Gerber come in and make hustle play after hustle play. If there's one thing that has defined this, I thought it was the Brandon Gerber play over here. When he fully jumped out and did a Greg Louganis type dive into the water. I thought it was a fantastic play. That just, even though he didn't even get the possession, but it was just, I thought it was just kind of define the game.
Yeah, and we have to play like that. I mean, Brandon Gerber did a great job, not only in that play, but a couple other plays, just great effort plays. And we get that from Travis Smith all the time out here. And Landon Booker, even though he didn't score a lot today, he did a great job defensively on a very tough matchup. So we have to be able to play that way for us to be successful, and it's good to see Gerb and Travis contribute like that tonight.
All right, Coach, we'll back with you again tomorrow right here at our broadcast location. Congratulations on the big win.
Thank you so much, Paul.
All right, let's go on over to Pat Doherty, and he'll wrap up our final stats here on tonight's matchup. Once again, Pilots a winner tonight, 89-65. Over to Pat.
We'll start with Andrews University. Junior Orlis, 4 of 8 from the field, 4 of 7 from long range, 1 rebound, 12 points, and 2 steals. Kenny DuPont, 1 of 2 from the field. He had 2 rebounds, as well as 2 points, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Matthew Little, 5 of 14 from the field, 4 of 10 from long range. He had 3 rebounds, 14 points, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Tyler Wooldridge, 6 of 17 from the field, 3 of 9 from long range, 2 of 3 at the charity stripe. He had 2 rebounds, 17 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Clifford Allen, 2 of 2 from the field. He had 4 rebounds to go along with 4 points, 1 block shot, and 2 steals. Gabriel Beckton came in at the very end. He was 0 for 1 from the charity stripe. Robert Moon was 3 of 7 from the field, 0 for 2 from long range, 2 of 2 at the charity stripe. He had 4 rebounds, 8 points, 1 assist, and 1 block shot. Brandon Von Dorpowski, 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from long range, 3 of 4 at the charity stripe, 6 points on the evening. Andrew Simpson, 1 of 2 from the field. He had 2 rebounds to go along with 2 points and a steal for the Bethel College Pilots. Landon Booker, 0 for 3 from the field. He had 1 rebound, but he had 6 assists to go along with 1 steal. Matthew Schaus, 3 of 6 from the field. He hit all 3 shots at the charity stripe tonight. He also had 5 rebounds to go along with 9 assists to lead the team in that category with a steal. Zach Miller, 10 of 14 from the field, 9 of 12 from beyond the arc, all 6 of those coming in the second half. He was 3 of 4 at the charity stripe, 3 rebounds to go along with 32 points and 2 steals. Ryan Benner, 5 of 11 from the field, 1 of 3 from long range, 6 of 8 at the charity stripe, 9 total rebounds for Benner, 17 points and 2 steals. Patrick Edding, 2 of 3 from the field, 2 at the charity stripe. He had 4 rebounds to go along with 6 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Jared Mott, 0 for 1 from the field. He did have 2 rebounds and a steal. Travis Smith, 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from long range, 3 of 4 at the charity stripe. He had 8 points and 1 steal. Caleb Ochin, 4 of 4. Perfect from the field tonight, 1 of 1 from long range, 2 of 3 at the charity stripe. He had 2 rebounds to go along with 11 points and 4 assists. Brandon Gerber, 1 of 1 from the field. He had 5 rebounds, 2 points, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Michael Mislin, perfect 2 of 2 from the field. He had 4 rebounds to go along with 4 points, 1 block shot, and 1 steal. Ryan Wasink was 0 for 5 from the field, but he tallied 3 rebounds and a steal. And Keith Cochran got in late in the game. He had a rebound for the Pilots tonight in their win.
The other numbers are staggering. Zach Miller now, if my numbers are right, is now over 200 career three-point baskets. He is roughly 23 shy of I believe, Mark Galloway in that regard.
Yeah,
so.
He has 201, Paul.
Right, so 201. Mark Galloway sitting on 224. Mark Gardner joining us here at our broadcast location. Coach, I know you only here for the second half, but boy, I tell you what, an impressive performance the Pilots here in the second 20.
Oh, yeah, just a great job of penetrating gaps, finding the open shooter. You saw the loose ball. Benner hit a 3 off the loose ball. Gerber got 1 off the loose ball. So just they outworked them, but they were just patient and got whatever they wanted on the offensive end, and then they forced the tempo on the defensive end.
Well, you talk about the defensive end, Coach, and the communication really impressed me as well on the defensive end. A lot of switches by the Bethel Pilot defense, but the communication, Zach Miller would call out to Travis Smith so they could work their trap, but also make sure that the swing pass was not going to leave a guy wide open on the perimeter, which I think in the first half they were a little bit slow in doing.
Yeah, great job of talking, and I noticed the same thing in Caleb Ochin. I see a freshman out there really pointing things out, and Travis Smith is a sophomore. So it's one thing when you have seniors that are leading and talking, but when you've got the younger guys that get it, and it builds confidence. You can go trap and know that it doesn't matter if my guy's open because somebody's got my back. You can run and jump a little bit. They do a great job of switching off that run and jump, and that's just teamwork, communication, and trust in one another.
Coach, hang tough, buddy.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure to be with you guys.
All right, we'll see you down the road. All right, hey, Bethel head JV coach, Mark Gardner, and keep coaching your prayers. He's had a little bit of a hiccup with some health issues here in the last 48 hours, and keep him in your prayers, folks. And once again, we want to thank our folks who spent some time with us today. Obviously, Coach Mike Lightfoot, tremendous job visiting with him, and Coach Tony Natali for joining us on the broadcast. Thanks likewise to Drew Schaus, who spent some time with us during our pregame show, and our halftime special guest, Seth Zartman, a baseball coach at Bethel College. I want to thank our two amazing sports information team of Andrew Bowen and Robbie Light for their amazing work on getting us all the details that we need to sound certainly a lot better than we look. And now that you've seen the pictures on screen, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We'll be back with you again tomorrow. Thanks again to Brad Brinkley for a stellar job manning the dials up there. He's been a tremendous addition to the Regional Radio Sports team. Glad that we can have him here on our team. For Pat Doherty, I'm Paul Country. Once again, Pilots improved to 4-0 on the season. Win number 688 for head coach Mike Lightfoot, and win number 1,129 for the men's basketball program at Bethel College. For all of us at Regional Radio Sports, I'm Paul Country. God bless you all. Semper Fidelis. Good night, everyone.